2 of the Passive Income Mastery Bootcamp. If you can hear me loud and clear, give me a yes, give me a 7, and give you a massive round of applause for being here on time. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So raise your hand if you could not sleep yesterday. Raise your hand if you could not sleep yesterday. Raise your hand if you had a lot of ideas yesterday. Yeah, it's interesting because that's what tends to happen all the time when we learn a lot of these strategies and we start learning new things that come into play. And this is what allows us to think outside the box. So for a lot of you, I really want a lot of you to really embrace these moments of aha, embrace these moments of learning, because we must always learn before we earn. You hear me say that a lot. We must always learn before we earn. And so what I want to do is, because we covered a lot of content yesterday, research has shown that if you review something within 24 hours of learning it, you retain up to 85% of the content. This is known as active learning. And some of us, we learn things, but we learn it more passive. So one of the best ways to really start focusing on ways to obtain the knowledge and things that we learn is to make sure that we are always reviewing things. We're always masterminding things as well. And for me, I'm always thinking about different ways to, I guess, learn, but also implement. And that, again, that's the main key to this, is we got to implement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'm going to type into the chat box, what are some of the biggest aha moments that we've had so far? Okay, 30 seconds, type into chat box. What are some of the biggest aha moments you've had so far? Okay, just type into the chat box for me. And by the way, the setting should be set to everybody, so we should be able to see each other's comments as well. All right, so I'll give you 30 seconds, ready, and go. Workflow, yep. Multiple options. Correct, Mindy. Service-based memberships, very powerful. Everyone can do it. You got it. Everyone can. Softwares and tools, yep. Start finishing up, and pause right there. All right, cool. So how many of you actually how many of you missed yesterday? How many of you missed yesterday? Type in 1 if you missed yesterday. Carolyn says the London Real interview was great. By the way, how many of you did the homework yesterday and you watched my interview? Just type in 2 if you watched the interview. Right? What was the most powerful lesson you got from that interview? All right. For me, it's about, doesn't matter how big you get, doesn't matter how successful you become. What I realize is that if you want to create success in your life, we must always be striving for the next level. We must always be striving to get to that next level. Like the moment you become comfortable, here's the problem with your comfort zone. The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes or no? So if you did not watch the interview yesterday, go to johnlee.com, www.johnlee.com. Okay. And when you get to johnlee.com, there's in fact, let me show you where it is. You should all watch it because it actually makes real sense for today, right? Because, you know, today we're talking about monetization. We talk about how do we actually make money from this and how do we convert. So I want you to go to johnlee.com. And if you scroll down, you'll see this on how I lost my first million. All right. So one thing I said to you yesterday, the strategies that you're learning, it's going to make a massive impact to your life. It's going to change your life financially. Problem is, most people can't keep the money. So what I want for you is when we make the money, we must keep the money, right? When we make the money, we must keep the money. Okay. So, again, some of you that missed yesterday as well, again, over these next, this boot camp is a 3-day boot camp. So we talk about, finding your niche. So I gave you 10 different business models yesterday. And if it's okay with you, because some of you missed yesterday, I can do a little quick summary on that if you like. Then we talk about tech setup. So how easy was it to create this, by the way, right? Literally it's copy and paste, drag and drop, right? You don't need any programming. How many of you think that now that I've taken away the technical barrier, that a lot of you can find yourself implementing more, typing yes? I'll tell you, one thing about success in business is the speed of implementation. The difference between rich people and people who are broke is the speed in which you implement something. So you need execution. You have to know what to execute. And then you have to know the implementation. So what to implement and how to implement, depending on where you are right now. So we talked about how to set that up. Again, I will be repeating some of this stuff. Repetition is the mother of all skill. I talk about this a lot. You've got to always, if you want to learn a language, is it important for us to always repeat the languages, go to a specific area so we can learn before we earn, right? That's for me. Like if you want to learn something, you must always repeat that process over and over again till it becomes easy, right? So actually there are 3 types of ways that we can implement faster. The first way, I want you to write this down, is called unconscious incompetence. Unconscious, I don't know. Incompetence, I don't even know how to do it. So before a lot of you came here, before a lot of you made the investment to come here, and by the way, I want to thank you for the trust, because I know a lot of you had to take a lot of time out. I know a lot of you have taken leave from your work. I know a lot of you have booked a hotel room. You've got babysitters coming in to really take care. I know it's taken a lot for you to be here, even though this is a virtual boot camp. I know it takes a lot of effort to be able to sit in front of our computer for 5, 6, 7 hours. And today I'm probably going to go a little bit later, so I'm going to overrun a little bit today as well. Is that okay? If I overrun a little bit yesterday, but because I know a lot of you have questions, so I don't want to leave you with questions unanswered. So I want to take as many questions as I can without, going too late. So when we don't know something, you don't know what you don't know. And the issue with this is the thing that keeps us small. So we must go to the next level. You want to implement faster all the things I'm telling you. You got to go to what we call unconscious competence, right? So now, okay, I know what John's talking about, right? But I'm just not that good at doing it yet. And isn't that true with a car? When we get started in the car, when you learn to drive, in UK, we have a clutch, right? So you have a clutch and you've got a stick shift. And so when you put the foot on the shift, it's very, when you learn how to do it, you need to find a biting point. But you can never find a biting point until you stall, right? So as I'm telling you this stuff, and by the way, how many of you took action yesterday? How many of you are overachievers and you took action based on some of the things I talked about yesterday? Typing yes if you started to take action based on all the things I talked about yesterday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? Like I said, this stuff is very simple, but it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple to go to the gym, but it's not easy to get up every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning to go for a run, right? Or go to the gym. So, and then the third part of this, when you start doing, the reason why I want to get you into it faster is because you go from unconscious incompetence to unconscious competence to now consciously competent. How many of you seen people driving down the road putting makeup on, or driving down the road eating a sandwich, or driving down the road having a conversation, right? That is conscious competence. Like if you ask me right now, hey, John, I've got an idea. Let's launch it. Bang, I'll have it up and running in an hour. And we'll start monetizing in 2 hours. So this is where I want you to get to that level. Because now that I've shown you how to do the first 2 parts, we're now going to go to the second 2 parts for today and tomorrow. And so what are the second 2 parts? The second 2 parts of this is we're going to learn how to create an offer that gets people to buy, right? We are going to create something in such a way that becomes compelling. And by the way, these next 2 parts isn't even about memberships. I mean, it is because I've created for the context of this. But part 1, part 2 that we covered yesterday is for those of you who are completely new. You have no idea what you're doing. You're a techno newbie and you're completely new to this. By the way, how many of you are complete newbies in this field? Type in 1. Like, you've never done this before. This is completely new. Type in 1. So hopefully part 1, part 2 have now given you the ability to do this for yourself, or we can do this for other people, right? We can do this for other people. So now we come to number 3, which is offer design and conversion. And then, of course, the thing that you're all looking forward to is actually getting members to sign up, which is your marketing. And if it's okay with you, again, this bootcamp is not about marketing, but I think it's important that I talk about some marketing aspects, because every business, doesn't matter what business you're in, requires 3 things: marketing, sales, scale, and operations. Agree? Yes or no? Yes or no? So I will be talking about, I know some of you are like, oh, John, I don't really like marketing. I don't really like selling, but we must, as Carolyn said, we must love to serve. We must love to serve. When you serve and you help other people make money, you make money as well. And I'll tell you my secret agenda for doing this a little bit later. Because all of you at some point, and we have hundreds of you on here right now, some of you, I hope, as I teach you this, when you make money doing this, I hope that we maybe in the future can work together. How many of you would be up for that, by the way? Type in yes. Type in yes. Because there's only one of me. There's only one John Lee, right? But, you know, we've got some incredible, we've got Amy on here. We've got Almet on here, Stephanie, right? In fact, let me see you all. Everyone give me all beautiful wave. I can see you all. Give me, if you look at Paola, Cindy. We've got Andrew. We've got Tony there. Looking cool. Sarah. Right, who else we got? Give me a beautiful wave. We got Michelle. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Thanks for the post yesterday, Michelle. That was a really kind post. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. By the way, I do read all the posts. We got Daphne as well. Thank you so much for all being present. By the way, if you could all turn your cameras on, that would mean a lot to me, because as a lot of you know, I'm so used to presenting in front of a live audience. And when I see all your beautiful faces, of you, it comes to making those connections. I see Lana there. I was like, hey, Lana, how you doing? Good to see you. Can't wait to see you. It was good to catch up with you in Amsterdam and also in Toronto. It was really cool. And look forward to seeing you in Bali as well. It's going to be amazing. So today, let's get into some of the nuts and bolts on the things that actually monetize. Okay. So monetization, I'm going to come into, again, just quickly, yesterday we talked about these 10 business models. I'm not going to spend a whole hour going through this, just very, very quickly. Video memberships. So these are some of the recurring business models. Video memberships using things like Wistia, we talked about, creating your own Netflix. Audio using Telegram. Ebooks and guides using Substack or using Canva.com. Coaching memberships, we talked about using Zoom, one-to-one, one-to-many. Software memberships using Bubble.io, Freelancer, Upwork to create your software. 6 discount memberships, 7 product memberships, event memberships, talking about golden tickets, early bird memberships, and of course, service-based memberships. Again, I went through that really quick because I spent a whole day going through this yesterday. So I just wanted to give you a very, very quick summary so we can get to the next part. So are you ready for the next part? Typing ready, and let's get started. This is my most favorite part, by the way, because it changes all the time. So when we're talking about creating something, right, we first of all have to create somewhere where people can go to. So do you remember yesterday I talked about there are a front end and a back end? Do you remember me talking about that? So you've got your website here, and then you've got your membership here. Okay. So what happens is, this is where we're going to put a video, right? Okay. And we're going to have a sign up page here where people can sign up. And then what happens is, as soon as they're signed up, they can then go to the membership. They can put the username and login and all that stuff. And then they come here. So then how do we make this look attractive? Right. So in fact, one of my marketing strategies that I use is I always look at ways to market things quick and fast. But my team, for example, like Michelle on my team, she's incredible when it comes to putting these pages together. She really knows different ways to make things look what I call attractive. Now, there's two different types of things that we always talk about. Most people say to me all the time, say, John, like, I already have a website, but do I still need this? So there are two types of sites. You know, when you come to this website here, right? And the website's got about you, events, blog. The problem with this website is there's lots of people that come to the website and the website is designed not to sell. How many of you have paid a lot of money for a website and the website looks really beautiful, it looks pretty, but it doesn't make any money? Type in yes if you've ever been there, right? So we actually do not want a website. We actually do not want a website. One of the things that we want to create something far more superior that actually makes money. And this, what we want is a sales page. All right. So what is the difference between a website and then having one page with a video there talking about what it is with a sign up where people can put their details in? The difference is one has multiple call to actions and the other one only has two call to actions, right? So when I go to this site, I am browsing, right? And when I'm browsing, I'm not really buying. I mean, yes, browsers can turn to buyers, but the problem is you get distracted with things, right? Whereas if I go to this page here, I only have two options. Either I buy or I don't buy. Either I take a trial or I don't take a trial. Either I pay that $1 to join the membership or I don't. So it's only a yes or no decision versus, oh, this person does all this cool stuff, and then they get distracted. Do you know the average time people spend on a website is less than 30 seconds? So that's why you must grab their attention really fast. One of the reasons why I love Samcart is it's got the ability to create a beautiful looking site that is basically a sales page. And what happens is through that sales page, people can then click to buy. That's it. That's all it does. Now, some of you may think these sites are annoying, and yeah, they can be, but they work, right? They work. So what are some of the ways that we can do this? Well, I showed you yesterday how we can use Samcart to do this, right? And again, I'm going to show you again. Okay, so what we do, you go to samcart.live. I gave you the link yesterday. Once you can go for a 14-day free trial, you log in, and then you click this button that says new product, right? So if I click on that, I'm going to type in the name. Let's say this is John Lee Property Membership. So let's pretend I have a membership for people that want to buy properties below market value. So buy property below market value. All right. Here I can choose the time. I want to do recurring, right? Subscription price. I want to put $7. And then I'm going to do that monthly. Okay. So I already went through this whole process yesterday. All right. So again, I'm repeating this process because people said to me yesterday, oh, John, you went a little bit fast. Can you do it again? So again, as we go through these 3 days, I will be repeating a lot of the things that I do. So it gets deeper ingrained into your brain. Would that be okay? Typing yes. Typing yes. Okay, cool. And then remember, we go trial period, right? Now, I'm going to do a test with you to make sure whether you were listening to me yesterday. Should I do a free trial or should I do a paid trial? Which one should I do? Okay, I'm testing you now. Okay, you're all saying paid. For the benefit of people that were not here yesterday, why should I do a paid trial and not a free trial? Why? What's the main reason for doing that? Marco, you're absolutely right. Validation. Fake credit cards, correct. So now a lot of you saying paid. Okay, so we do paid. Now, how much should our paid price be? How much should our paid price be? $1. Why $1? Why not $10? Why not $100? Why $1? Right? Because it's a small enough commitment. And what happens is it will verify the credit card. So what happens is when you start to auto renew, what will happen? It will make sure that the credit card is actually going to go through. Right? Now, some of these platforms have issues with auto charging. I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But the first thing I want to get you all to do is to get people to sign up first. We can worry about the tech stuff a little bit later. Okay. So we're going to charge $1 and 7 days. Okay. Trial period of 7. So this is actually how we create our page. We click create page or product. We click create. So just to be clear, put the title, description, the pricing type is recurring, subscription price is $7, recurring period is monthly. Okay, we're going to turn on trial period, turn on paid trial, 7 days, and we're going to charge $1. Then we click create product. Is everyone absolutely clear with this? Type in clear if this is clear. Type in clear if this is clear. All right. Again, I want to teach like you know nothing. I'm going to assume you know nothing, right? So I want you all to get really, really good at this, okay? And by the way, you don't have to use Samcart. You can use, if you don't want to pay for any software, you can use YouTube and use YouTube private videos and turn on membership there. But this is just looks more professional. So hence why I'm showing you this. So we click create product. So now we have our product now, okay? So now it looks like this. Now, there's all these different settings here, right? But basically, if I click on this button here, preview over here, right? If I click preview, the page looks like this. So now you can start marketing this immediately. So now I have a URL. If I copy this, I'll paste this into the chat box for demonstration purposes, right? I'll get my team to do that. But anyway, if you click on that, you'll see that it will come to a page that looks like this. So now people can put their first name, last name, email address, telephone number. All right, they can put the credit card details in here, and then they can click total $1, and then it says then $7 a month starting in a week. Right, then they place order. So straight away, what's going to happen? It's going to charge them $1, and then after 7 days, it's going to charge them $7 every month after that until they cancel. Right? How many thinks is powerful about it? It's very simple. Yes or no? Now, so this is what I showed yesterday, the very basic level, but now we're going to take it a step further. Right? We're now going to make it a little bit more advanced. And if it's okay with you, I'm gonna go a little bit more. I'm gonna turn the notch a little bit. We're gonna go from newbie to now intermediate. Right now, here's the great news about this. You can now approach other people and you can ask them if they have a membership, and if they say no, could you create a membership for them? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? Yes. And by the way, what's the going rate for a membership right now? For someone to create it's between $10,000 to $15,000. $10,000 to $15,000. Now, I know what you're going to say, but John, I don't want that. People, I don't want to pay anyone that, or no one's going to pay me 10 to 15,000. Okay. So here's the other way you structure something. You're going to say to them, by the way, I know right now you may not have 10,000 to pay me. Here's what I'll do. I will build it for you for free. You're going to market it to your customers. And all the money that comes through that, I get to keep 50%. How many think that's a good win-win deal, by the way? Type in yes. Type in yes. So one of the things I teach in my, so I have another boot camp called the social media. How many of you have attended my social media, AI, and business boot camp? How many of you have attended? Just type in one if you have. My social media, AI, and business boot camp. Okay, so Nita, Julia, Crystal. Okay, so a lot of you have attended that, and a lot of you type in 2 if you've never attended my social media, AI, and business bootcamp. All right, Wow, a lot of you haven't. Okay. So I actually have another boot camp which talks about this thing I'm telling you right now. So what happens is when, like, for me, when I want to market something, right? Oh, I did your masterclass with someone. Yeah, so Kristen, so that masterclass, we actually have a 3-day, and it's just basically 3 days on how to build more followers, how to build a brand, and basically how to use social media and for marketing. That one's specifically more about heavily on marketing. I'm going to take some of those training that I do there, and I'll teach you here as well, because I think it's relevant for what I'm telling you right now. But whenever I'm thinking about creating this, right, we want to be able to create these as fast as possible, as quick as possible. And again, I don't know any other way to do this as fast than we're talking about right now here, right? So we want to make it a little bit more sexy, right? We want to make it a little bit more attractive. So you see the button over here? Can you see where it says design? It says design. It's next to this eyeball preview thing. So if you click design, watch what happens. If I click design, right, I can have all these cool different designs. Look. So over here, you see where it says video? I can drag and drop a video here like this. Right? So now I've got a video there. So now I can play a video. If I want to do bullet points, I can drag and drop this here. And now I can put bullet points. If I want to add a testimonial, I can drag and drop that there. So now you can start, making it into a sales page, right? So you could create it like this if you wanted to, or they also have, so that's if you want to create your own version, right? But actually what I like better is this one over here. Can you see this where it says checkout design? If I click on that, I've got all these different templates that are all pre-done, right? So the reason why I tell you this, and the reason why I mentioned, the Social Media AI Business Bootcamp, is because all you have to do is find people with a business and help them make more money in the business and take a percentage of it. Do you know, one of the biggest mistakes I made in business is spending too long with one company, right? So instead of spending 15 years with one company and doing my IPO and taking it public, what I should have done is spent 15 years building 100 different companies. But the problem is, when you build a company, when you're the CEO of a company, it takes up all your time. So you actually don't want to be the CEO of the company, right? So what you do is you take a step back, right? And then instead of becoming the CEO, you become the CSO. Do you guys know what the CSO is? Right? It's the CSO is Chief Strategy Officer. Chief Strategy Officer. Andreas says, where can I buy the Social Media Business Bootcamp? Oh, Andreas, if you want to, all the details, if you go to at johnlee.com, if you go over to johnlee.com, just go to events. If you click on that, if you scroll down to Social Media Business Bootcamp and AI, we cover AI there as well, but specifically for marketing and social media creation. If you click the sign up button, then you've got sort of all the details here. And it is $1,000. So yeah, if any of you like to do that, you can go and check that out as well. But why is this important? Because people say to me, John, but I don't have millions of followers. Here's the thing. It's not about having followers. How do you monetize the followers? Let me give an example. Let's say everything I've just taught you right now, you find somebody that's got, okay, let's pretend you find somebody who's got 1 million followers, right? Let's say this person here has 1 million followers and you do not have 1 million followers. You can take the exact same strategy. You can build that page out really fast with a membership on there. And then you pitch this person, and the pitch would sound like this. Hey, Mr. Joe Blogs, I see that you have 1 million followers. I see that you teach a lot of, fitness and building muscles, right? I would love to create a membership site for you because all your people, they want to get a six-pack. They want to lose weight, right? But right now you're putting all your content on Instagram. All you need to do is create a 10-minute video on how to do a chest press, how to lift a weight, how to run, how to eat, how to sleep, what supplements to take to build muscle. You just record it, send it to me. I will build the entire membership site for you. And then all you have to do is promote it every single day on your Instagram page. Now, if someone's got 1 million followers, do you think some of these people are going to come to the membership site that you've just created? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? And it's actually not that hard to find. Like if you go to Instagram right now, so again, we talk about some marketing strategies. So if I type in fitness, right? So all you need to do is go to Instagram and there's a search bar on the left-hand side. It says search and you type in fitness, fitness motivation, fitness girls, fitness model, fitness coach. You see all the people who are in fitness, right? So for example, let's take this person here, fitness trainer. Okay, so I click on fitness trainer, right? And this person has 20,000 followers. This is actually one of my students, actually. So she actually attended my training. Oh God, this is probably going back maybe 5 or 6 years ago, actually. So now she's putting stuff like this up. But like you see in every account, you've got this message button, right? This message button can send this person a message, right? And the script is, hey, I know you've got 20,000 followers, right? I want to help you make recurring income. So actually you take the skill set as a CSO, Chief Strategy Officer. By the way, the first person you should be hiring in your company is not a PA, is not admin, right? The first person, your first hire should be a CSO. Why? Because how can you operate your business if you don't know what strategy to do? Am I right? Yes or no? Right? Because if you're paying, I mean, the average salary in the UK is 15 to 20,000 pounds, right? By the way, how many of you hire staff? So for example, like my PAs, right? And that's the hire that it's like 15 to 20,000 pounds. And, you know, they would follow you around the world. They would do all these things with you, right? They would go and pick up your washing, but that's saving me time, but it's not giving me direction for the company, right? Can I hire you as my CSO? Well, do you know anyone anyone C-suite, CEO, chief, executive officer, CTO, chief technology officer, CMO, your chief marketing officer? The salary for these people is over £100,000, right? So Kristen says 300K. Yeah, minimum is like 6 figures. Minimum is like 6 figures. So this is why I'm teaching you the skill set. Do you know a lot of people graduate from my events and my boot camps? They don't even use it for a business. Actually, in their own company they're working for, they start getting promoted to either the CMO or the CRO. CRO is the Chief Revenue Officer. If you can help a business make more money, scale, generate more leads, you become almost indispensable to that company. So you've got to start looking at how would you take the skill set and you can start managing it. And again, that's one of the things we talk about in the social media AI business bootcamp, because how do we use AI and how do we use business? But actually, if you take that strategy and the business model is create membership for somebody, then you take 50%. It only takes you, what, a couple of hours to set up, but now you've got an asset. It's a business asset, right? So all the revenue that comes through it, you just take 50% of it. How many of you like that strategy as a JV, called a joint venture? Type in yes. Type in yes. So coming back to this, right? We now have all these beautiful templates, okay? So you can actually see what they'll, so if I want to see what this one looks like, if I preview this, right? So let's say I've got a book, I can have my sales page look like this. How many think this looks pretty professional, by the way? Type in yes. Right? It's pretty cool, isn't it? Right? So I can choose that one. If I scroll down, let me see. This one looks pretty cool. So if I preview this one, right? So look, you can put all your episodes on here. You can turn this into a membership. That looks pretty cool. And what happens is it puts the checkout right at the bottom, right? Let me check another one. How about something like, something like this. This looks pretty cool. Right? Look at this, enroll now. Or that would say actually get your $1 trial. Try it for $1. Right? So you got a video there. You got how many lessons. You can actually say what the course is in there. So you can actually have, introduction, anatomy, basic, triads, business, right? This is pretty much, it's done for you. Then you can put the enrollment price. You can put a satisfaction guarantee. You talk about the instructor. And now people can come down. They can put their credit card details in and bang, buy, right? So now if I want to use this one, all I need to do, remember, because currently my page looks like this. By the way, does this still convert? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. But let me give you the secret. All right. This is something that took me 20 years to figure out. Are you ready? Okay. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And lean forward. Here's what I realized. If you want high conversion, you should not let the website or the sales page do the heavy lifting. Actually, the conversion should be done before they come to the website. So here's the analogy. I'm not going to the website to browse to see if I'm interested. I've used social media to be able to sell that person, to encourage that, to convince, to already pre-sell. So now the difference is when I go to the website, I'm only going there to buy. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Right? There's a massive difference. And this is what I realized for a lot of people that have businesses. They say to me, John, but I've got this beautiful website. Like, it's beautiful. I paid $15,000 to get it all built. We're putting all this stuff in there. And you know what happens? As soon as they promote it, people don't buy. They expect a lot of people to buy. That's because they haven't done enough heavy lifting at the start. So you must use, and again, this is one thing we talk about at the Social Media Business Bootcamp, is how do we use social to build brand, to build equity, to build brand equity, to build recognition, to build authority, to build brand. So by the time they come, it's not the first time they've seen you. It's like, oh, I've seen this person before. Oh my God, I got real good value from that video. Oh my, I'm just going to buy, because they're already pre-sold. This is the way we start thinking about this. Okay. So when I come back to this, how easy is it to do this? So you can pick any one of these, or you scroll down to, let's say I want to use this one here. Instead of pressing the preview button, we scroll over here and it says select. So I'm going to click the select button, select. And now it says changes successfully saved. I click save, right? And if I preview this now, preview, right? Oh, it's because I edited the page before. If I preview this, or once I've sort of selected, the reason why it's not changing, there's actually one bug in this as well, which is, in fact, let me go back and do this again just quickly. So create new product, property, test, property membership. Watch how fast you can do it. Recurring, trial period, $7 monthly, trial, paid, number of days, 7, $1, create product. You see how fast you can create it once you get good at it, right? So then I can go to checkout design, scroll down here, select this one, and then that should now work. And then sometimes there's a few bugs with this. Or maybe I need to change the, yeah, oh, here we go. Switch to old content creator. So you actually have to click this button that says launch and build landing page. So it comes to this, because what you have to do first, you have to publish it. That's why it doesn't work. So you can come in here and I can change this guitar for beginners. I can put property for beginners. I can scroll here and I can say get Get deals below market value. Okay. Okay. I can scroll down here. I can put a video here if I want. All right. So I can just host it and I can put the code in here. I can change these to, there's 10 lessons and there's, 20 hours work. What will you learn? I can change the picture there. I can change this breakdown, introduction for beginners. So I can say introduction to London property, right? I can change this one to finding deals, right? I can change this one to finding investors. All right. So, and then I can just, each one of these pictures, I can just change and everything's editable. So once I finish, I can publish this. If I click publish, right? So you actually have to publish it first. Now, if I click preview, you see now it's changed. How many think that's pretty cool, by the way? Type in yes. Now this, if you do not do all the heavy lifting on social media, so let's say a lot of you don't do any social media, then you do have to have a page that looks better, right? Right? You do have to have a page that looks better. So if you're not going to let social media pre-sell people to the page, then your page has to look good. Whereas the one that I did before, which is very basic, the reason why I can get that to convert is because I do all the pre-selling before I bring them to that page, right? So you have to really understand this distinction. So when we are marketing later, when I talk about marketing, we're gonna talk about how to use social media to pre-sell into that. But also, there's a difference between warm traffic and cold traffic, right? Cold traffic is no one's ever heard of me before, all right? Warm traffic is they know who I am. So a lot of cold traffic comes from social media because a lot of people don't know who you are. So that's why you have to have a page that looks pretty decent. Okay, so if I click enroll now, watch, bang, it automatically takes me to here where I can fill my credit card details in, right? And then I'm going to pay $1 for the trial, and then it's $7 a month starting in 7 days. This is such an easy way. And by the way, when you look at a page like that, does it look like someone has spent a lot of time doing it? Yes or no? Type in yes. You see, a lot of people out there don't know you can do this. A lot of these traditional business owners don't know that you can do this. And a lot of people ask me, John, what, like, okay, let's shift over to wealth creation a little bit, if it's okay, because it's relevant to this point. When people ask me, what businesses should I be investing in? Right? So I invest in anything tech, latest technology like AI, right? But the reason I do that is because I know that has a lot of potential for growth to get a 10x, 100x, 1000x return, right? So knowing that I know that, knowing what you know now, what businesses should I be converting? What businesses should I be converting? Right? I should be converting traditional businesses into what I've just shown you. So I find businesses that have no social media, that have a really like dated website, that's not even using AI, that has not making recurring income. And I will say, hey, you know what? Let me AI ready your business with recurring income. So I build their social media up. I give them strategies to build a database. I give them strategies to get more exposure. Then they start making recurring income. And guess what? These are the businesses that I want to acquire. Does this make sense, by the way? Like that there is what people pay me $5,000 for, right? An hour, right? I hope you guys really appreciate it and get that, because now you can start not only making passive income, but you start acquiring assets. You want to get rich, you need assets. That's why I invest in real estate. That's why I invest in businesses. That's why I invest in tech, right? That's why for a lot of you right now, because you've got the know-how, you can get the traditional boring businesses ready for the new age. So you turn old school to new school. Everyone type in old to new, right? You do old school to new school. You find all the old school businesses, make them new school, right? That's a good strategy. That's actually one of the reasons, like, I know a lot of people who attend my events when I'm speaking in front of thousands of people. For example, if I'm speaking in Dubai, right? Or I'm speaking, for example, this is the event that I spoke at in Dubai. You know, there was, you know, I would say 2,000 business owners here, right? A lot of these people were business owners. And so what I decided to do is when I speak at events, I get a lot of people reaching out to me and saying, John, can you help me update my business? Right? Can you take us to the new age? We don't know about social media. We don't know about technology. We don't know about creating recurring income. All we know how to do is have a restaurant and serve food. But what if you could have a restaurant, use social media to run campaigns to give someone free food on their birthday, right? And on their birthday, that person goes down, you give them a free meal, but then how do you make money as a restaurant owner? Well, you don't, when you have a birthday, you don't go to the restaurant yourself. You bring your 10 friends. Now you make the money from those 10 friends. So by giving one meal away, you make 10 meals of profit. Does this make sense? Right? But you would use social media to make it new school, right? So all these different things and all these different business models that you can bolt on. What I'm teaching right now is a skill set that you can tag onto your existing business, or without even being a business owner, just search for them and tag onto other people's businesses, and you take a part of the business. So now my student, my platinum member, Mark Leung, he's doing exactly that. So he just bought an agency, right? Using this strategy. You know, he does a lot of like healthy cooking. How many of you heard of, like, how many know what soy sauce is? There's a very famous soy sauce brand. So in Singapore, there's this really famous soy sauce company, and they've got their secret recipe for it, right? But they're not new school. They're very old. Like, you can only buy their soy sauce in supermarkets, right? So he's now turning the old school into new school by putting it online, by using soy sauce, by, you know, connecting with all these like cooking influencers. Like, you know, how many heard of Uncle Roger? Uncle Roger, how to cook fried rice, right? So they will connect with people like that to use the soy sauces, and it makes the soy sauce famous. Does this make sense, by the way? Type in yes if this makes sense. This is why a lot of you, if you love this training, if you want to take it to the next level, highly recommend you join the social media business and AI bootcamp, because it talks a lot about how to become influencer, how to do influencer marketing. It's really, that's just like kind of 3 days dedicated for marketing and social media. But you look at how everyone's doing it right now, they're using it as a bolt-on to promote the business. And I will be talking a lot about that here as well, but any of you like, we don't want to take it to the next level, highly recommend it. So this is how we can create something pretty good looking, right? That we can start marketing immediately. And it'll only take you a couple of hours to change the text. In fact, you can go to ChatGPT and just write something so they can put text there, right? And then they can write out an outline for your course. So let's say you're creating a course, right? So let's start a new one. So the important thing when you're using AI, you need to tell ChatGPT what it is. So you'll say, you are an expert course creator. All right. So you need to give it some context of what it is. Okay. You're an expert course creator. Great. As an expert course creator, I can certainly help you target audience, blah, blah, blah. So what you want to do is stop that for a second, right? What you want to do is you can say, write me a course outline on how to invest in property. Okay. So for those of you that have no idea how to structure a course, AI will help you do it now. Okay. Now remember, you can do this for you, or you can do this for somebody else. Course title, how to invest in property. Course description, comprehensive course design for individuals looking to begin and enhance their journey, right? Course duration, 8 weeks. Course format, 2 hours per session, right? Week 1, introduction to property investment, overview of property, benefits of risk, understanding key market cycles, key terms. So literally week 1, I can create a video on these 4 things. And in Samcar, I'll have this as unit 1. Then I'll create unit 2 and I'll put 4 lessons under that. Then I'll create unit 3 and create lessons under that. Then I'll create unit 4 and create lessons under that. How many things is super powerful, by the way, right? Again, you can do this for other people. Like, it's so easy to do, right? Well, simple to do, but it's not easy because a lot of people will not take action. Remember, you have to implement and you have to execute. By the way, just so you know as well, a lot of people ask me if I can do one-to-one mentoring. I don't tend to do that anymore, but I have got coaches. So we have John Lee coaches that you can work with for a whole year to help you implement some of these things, to have you, guide you through the process. By the way, how many of you think it'd be really useful to have a coach to teach you step by step and help you implement and hold your hand through this? Type in 1. Type in 1 if you think that's be really helpful. So if any of you are interested, and by the way, if any of you are also interested in becoming a John Lee coach and to teach people how to do this, I'm also looking to recruit more coaches to really help expand this all around the world, because there's only so much time I have. But some of you go, John, I get the strategy. I can see how this works, but I need one-to-one support. So the way the coaching would work is, if you'd like to work with a John Lee coach or a JL coach, you get to work with them one-to-one. So let's say you want to make your membership and you're not sure how to do it. You're like, oh God, I'm struggling technically with the marketing. So you would just book a session. You would jump on Zoom one-on-one, and then you share their screen, you share your screen, and then they can guide you through the process. So then it's almost like an insurance policy. So before you launch something, before you do it, you've got someone who I've personally trained, who also owns their own business. They make a lot of money doing it, to also help coach you through this as well. So it's really important that you get a coach, right? By the way, isn't it true for all success in life, right? Every professional athlete that I've worked with, they have a coach, right? Tiger Woods has a coach, right? Like all the big people out there, all the athletes that I've worked with, even for your own self, right? Having a mindset coach, having a personal trainer as a coach. Coaches guide you along the process to make sure you go in the right way, right? That's why it's really important to have a coach. Mentor's a little bit different, Carolyn. There's a big difference between a mentor and a coach. Does anyone understand the difference between a mentor and a coach? Right? Okay, so mentor is for strategy, right? Coach is for implementation. That's a big difference, because a coach can't give you direction because they may have not had that experience. So a mentor is someone who's had a lot of experience that can tell you, make sure you turn that free trial to a paid trial, right? Make sure you get the credit card details first. So that's why it's so important to be able to have a mentor and a coach, and they actually work together, right? Jared says, I want to be a coach for the John Lee company. Then you have to go through all our trainings. By the way, if you'd like to become one of our coaches, you have to go through all of my training programs, because then you can know exactly what I teach, all my marketing, all my strategies, the way I'd spend money on ads, the way I speak, all of our programs, speaker training as well. That is right. So this is how we do it. Okay. Now, next part of this. So far, so good. Any questions based on what I've talked about so far? Is it all clear on how we can create this page, make it beautiful? You understand front end, the back end. You understand heavy lifting at the front end on social media to a blank or very basic page. And then also doing cold traffic to a page where your page has to be very informative. Does that make sense? Type in yes. Right. Daphne, you have a question. Let me bring you up for a question. If you have any questions, just raise your hand. I'll take a few questions before I move on to the next segment, because I think it's important. Go ahead, Daphne.
Yes, the text you just made, can you also copy it into video AI and generate a video?
You can. You can go to ChatGPT or runway.ml, and runway.ml will basically go off text and it will create a video for you. So the answer is yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. I also bring up Kim. Emma, if you want to turn your camera on as well, because I can't spotlight you without, yeah. I'll bring you up in just a moment, Emma. Kim, go ahead.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, thanks. My question was about, like, if you're making a course, it's only going to be a one-off payment. That seems, that's not a recurring payment. Is that right?
It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Right? For example, if I take a course that has 50 lessons in it and I drip feed the content to you every week, it now becomes a membership.
Okay.
Right? And
Okay.
then you keep adding to it. So that's exactly what I did with so my marketing university is 10,000 a year. So all my events are between 1,000 and 2,000 pounds. So
Okay.
so instead of people paying, 1,000 to 2,000 every time they want to attend each one of my trainings, I take segments of that and I upload them to the marketing university, so then they can get access to my basically like these types of events, but in recorded format.
Okay, so you don't do it as a one-off payment for a training course, you drip feed it.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Anytime. All right, Emma, let me bring you up. How you doing?
Good morning. So I have a question. So speaking of making this membership for other companies or other like pages, can they add content later, or should we take over and like do it for them all the time?
So here's the thing, right? You can create it for them, charge them a one-time fee, and then to upsell, you say, by the way, would you also like me to manage it? Right? So to manage it, they can pay you a flat fee of like $500 a month.
Okay, that makes sense. And also I wanted to know, that if I create this account for myself, can I build as many as possible? Can I do it like with one membership or whatever?
Yeah, you can build as many as you want, and then you can also change the domain name as well. So you could have like a domain redirect if you wanted to. But actually, if you're building it for a company, you want to get them to register for the account. So then you build it within their brand.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. All right. Let's bring up Narella. There we go.
Yeah. Hi, John.
Hey.
Great again, man. Just for you today. I saw your video. You love Muhammad Ali, so this is for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, I was exercising yesterday with the SAM card, and just a little question. Is it possible also to add more payment methods rather than only credit card?
Yeah, you can add. So I'm about to go into that a little bit later, actually.
Oh, perfect.
So good. This is why I want to get you to implement, so it gets you thinking about the next logical step. So I teach it in that sort of step-by-step format. So I will go through that.
I'm so happy with this. Thank you.
Oh, appreciate it, my man. Appreciate it. All right. Next up, we got Ralph. I'm going to bring you up. Are you there?
What do you use for where you store all your videos in data? Do you use like Google or Dropbox, or what
so I store so there's two ways you can do it. You can upload it directly to Samcart, but the way I store them on Wistia and also Amazon S3. That's a little bit more advanced. But actually, you brought up a very good point. So how many of you heard of Dropbox before? Type in yes if you heard of Dropbox. So actually, one thing you could do, you could just create a Dropbox with all the content in there, and then people can just get access to it. So that's another very simple way you can do a membership. So you can absolutely do that as well.
And are you using the metaverse to basically place some of your courses?
No, not yet. Not yet. But once the Vision Pro comes out, then you can make it virtuality and augmented reality as well, which is pretty cool. So appreciate it. All right. Not a problem. All right. Next up, who do we have? We've got Antonia. Let me bring you up. There you go.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, John.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
I wanted to ask you, so I've got a sort of dual potential because everything I'm offering in Spanish and in English.
Nice.
Amazing. Amazing and double work. So I was wondering, on Samcart, do you think it would be best to have actually two Samcart, like two individual, keep it separate? or do I put it all on the same?
If you're doing, so that's a good question. If you split it,
Yeah.
you're just paying for an extra account, but it splits your risk, which is really good.
Okay.
So I actually have a number of accounts. I don't just have one. I have one for a accounts account and things like that as well. So if you're going to do it that way, I would definitely split it.
Okay. Brilliant. That's
Cool.
good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. And by the way, just as a side, the reason why you want to split it as well is because sometimes when you make too much money, some of these merchant accounts, they kind of like block your account. So if you have two separate accounts with two separate stripes, if one goes down, you can always use the other one as a backup. So just FYI then. All right, Honeybee, bring you up. There we go.
Hi there.
Hey,
Can you hear me? Yeah.
loud and clear.
Okay, cool. So I have two quick questions. One is, why are sales pages so long sometimes when you go onto them? Like people have like so much content on the pages.
Because there's an exact structure and framework. So for example, if I say to you, what's your telephone number? And you tell me your telephone number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I repeat the number back to you. Your number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes when you give someone your telephone number, they repeat it back to you in a different sequence. It sounds different, doesn't it? Right? It's also like a recipe. A recipe, how do you make a cake? Eggs, flour, sugar, water, milk. Right? If you miss out the sugar, the cake tastes different. So the reason why sales pages are so long, there's certain elements that you have to have in it in order for it to convert. For example, you have to, again, I'm talking about cold traffic here. I'm not talking about warm traffic. Cold traffic, you have to have testimonials. So people go, oh, wow, this person. I mean, isn't it true before we buy something, we look at reviews, right? So you have testimonials in there. You also need to have a story, right? The story of like, what's this even about? You also have to have an offer in there. So we talk about offer later. So the reason why they're so long is what we call the grease slide effect, right? So as people are reading, they're not having to click off to go somewhere else. They're just reading through it. And that's why they have these call to action points all the way through the sales page. Because let's say I'm already convinced in the first half, I click buy now, it scrolls all the way to the bottom. I put my credit card details in, right? Let's say you need more convincing. You have to read all the way down to the bottom, then you do it. So the reason why it's on one page is because everything is there that needs to be there to convince you to make a decision to buy.
Right. Okay, cool. And then the other quick question is, yesterday you said about the Samcart. I went on there. You said it was 14-day trial. Is that a different website? Because the one I was looking at, it says 7 days. And then I wasn't.
Yeah, they maybe they change it. Sometimes they always change their offers. So 7 days, 14 days. Last time I checked it was 14, but if they've changed, they probably changed it because they know that a lot of people are coming in for maybe they've got an offer coming up or something. So that's probably
Okay.
why.
So, and then which one do we choose then? Because there was two, I think there was different packages.
Yeah, I always choose the middle one, the one that's the most popular one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Anytime. All right, next up, let's bring up Dan.
Hello, John.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Looking forward for the next 2 days. I have a question. Hearing you about your strategies, I identified the potential pitfall, like falling in love with your product. So basically, how do you identify what actually the market wants? So basically, we create the content that people want, and even better, there is the necessity because there's a lack of that content. And basically, you are covering a niche that people want and they don't have what they need. So how do you identify those to create relevant products?
Really good question. So the only way to make sure whether there's demand for it is if people buy it. All right. So you get people to vote with their credit cards. That's the only way you know. Okay. Next up, we've got Amanda. I'll bring Amanda. Hey, Amanda, how you doing?
Hi. Still early here. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm a health coach. I have multiple affiliates, a product that helps people alleviate pain. I have supplements and or 2 supplements. What is the best way to structure this. So I know you mentioned Samcart. Samcart seems simple enough for me to.
Yeah. Let me show you how. So if you've got affiliates and things like that, that's great. So what you want to do is you must always have your business and then all these affiliates here, right? So let's pretend all these are these different affiliates. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to build this database up so big, right? So I would do a lot of content. I'll start building a list. So you have all these people in your database. And anytime you have a new product to promote, you just say, okay, I got this product, go and buy now. So that's actually the best way to start as a health coach, because there's so many things that you can promote, but you want to be the core of what people buy. And then all these other things become secondary. Because otherwise, if you rely on other people's stuff, if they fall by the wayside, you're stuck. So you should always have your core, and then all the other affiliate stuff should be separate. And actually, you know, one thing that you could do, you could go to all of your affiliate partners and you can say, oh, by the way, I've got a membership. And in that membership, so let's say people are signing up every single month to pay for your, you know, health coaching, health strategies, weight loss, however you want to do it. All these people come in, but actually all these affiliates can now pay you to advertise in your membership. So now you're making subscriptions on advertising as well. So for example, if they pay you $100 a month, you'll create one video that will be posted into your membership. So that's another way you can structure it.
And the main part should be in Samcart, the sales page. Is
correct.
Okay.
No, you use, so were you here yesterday?
Just the first hour.
Okay, so you missed that. So that's why it's not making sense. So yesterday I talked about use the front end, which is the marketing, and then the back end is the fulfillment in Samcart, where people can access all the content. So luckily I redid it again this morning. So I demoed it again for the ones that you missed. And it's got the page that you can basically create how you want to create it. So that will get people in, and then you got the fulfillment on the back end.
Okay, and that page is in Samcart.
Correct.
Create in Samcart.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Julia, bring you up. How you doing?
Yes, John. I'm on Samcart because, as I said, I have all these affiliate links, and I applied for your affiliate program, which I was approved, and I noticed yours is in Samcart.
Yes.
Thing is, how do I collect my data? Can I don't see anything on Samcart. Can I put Samcart like to get respond to, because I need to collect my data, you know, when people click and put in their email address and all of that.
This is why I just shared this example.
Yes, I know.
Right? When you're doing affiliates, the data doesn't come to you, it goes to other people. Right? Remember the lesson I always taught you. Data first, right?
Yes, yes.
Because when you got the list, now you promote to it, so you already have the list.
Yes.
And this is why I say to a lot of people who are doing MLM, they keep driving people to all the MLMs here, they lose the data.
I want to collect my data because remember, I'm just starting out.
Yeah. So start with the list first, give away stuff away for free, build your list, and then offer the affiliate.
Okay. Thank you.
Anytime. All right. Christy, let me bring you up. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Or if you click the unmute button, you should be able to come up. Yeah.
Listen. Oh, hi. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. I wanted to ask you this question yesterday. We're kind of doing like an online wellbeing hub where there's quite a lot of modalities. So we don't necessarily have a niche. There's lots of different people that we're trying to help by creating like positive changes in lots of different ways. So it's kind of, I don't know, is it a way of niching that down, or is that enough of what we want?
That's enough. I mean, Wellness Hub is about creating wellness, health, having good energy, having good health, having good mental health as well. So you just create it around that. So one of the membership models is actually a community. You actually don't even need to create videos and coaching and things like that. People would just pay to join a community. So for example, when I first started in the real estate space, I paid £10 a month to join a property forum, and then all the people were there were just property investors. So actually, it's perfect for you. You don't have to create content. You don't have to create courses. You don't have to do the things I've taught you. Just basically people pay to join a community.
Yeah, because we're looking at doing like courses and like one-to-ones and group sessions and things like that. So it's kind of, we didn't know whether we had too many fingers in too many different pies.
No, you always start off broad. So every time I always say, and again, this is something I sort of talk about in my social media bootcamp, is we create the funnel, which is broad, right? So now you're not niching down. Second thing is we are going to, oh, sorry, it was weird. Not happening. Okay. So when we go from broad, then we go to micro niche. And then from micro niche, we head down into nano niche, right? And that's what helps us monetize. But the problem what a lot of people do is they always start down here. And when you start down here, there's not enough reach. So you always need to start up here and then convert down to micro and then nano.
Right. So kind of go up for everything and then kind of narrow it down to what actually is making the most money and what is actually most productive.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Not a problem. All right. Mark, are you there? Mark, you want to come up? And you have to turn your camera on just so I can spotlight you, because it doesn't let me spotlight if there's no camera. Mark, are you there? No. Okay, Mark's not there. Let me bring Cindy, and then I see Amy there's. All right. Hey, Cindy, how you doing?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
Thank you so much. Okay, I have a couple of questions. I have been setting up some card yesterday.
Okay.
And some things came up. So I have to pay a fee for it.
Yes.
And I don't have customers.
Okay.
So how to deal with that? Do you have any tip for that?
Well, the idea is to get people coming in. They pay you a subscription on your membership. Use that to pay for the software, right?
Okay.
Or if you don't want to, and by the way, just so you know, as a business, this is the cheapest business to start. Because if you get a shop in the central of New York or central London, it's going to cost you $500,000 to set up, and you won't make money for a year. It'll take you 1 year to break even. Whereas what I'm telling you now is you just pay for all these different softwares. And again, you don't have to, right? I just think that when you pay money for something, it just helps you shortcut stuff. I mean, you can just create a YouTube channel or a Dropbox or a Google Drive, put all your things into there and just charge people money, and then they can access it. It's free to do that, but it doesn't look as professional as what I'm telling you right now. So those are your options.
Okay. And if I want to use this system or this software for someone else, is it a trick here for saying to make sure that the 50% goes directly to me and then the other 50 to them, or how do you?
Correct. So what they do is they pay for it, but you install your merchant account. So when you go to Samcart, it uses, how many of you heard of Stripe, by the way? So Stripe is basically white labeled. So they use something called SamPay, and SamPay is connected to Samcart, right? And so when it asks you what details to put in, you want to put your account details in. So then all the money comes to you, and then you can then split the profit with them. So that's one way you can do it, or you let them do it and you trust them, and then they pay you. But, you know, it just depends on the trust level.
Okay.
So,
no, wait, I have a couple more. I have an online course, and I'm creating it, and I want to know, is it wise to put it also in Udemy, in another online courses platform?
I would only do that to cipher off data. I wouldn't put it in there as a course. I mean, so you would create, because what you don't want to do is cannibalize your course. If it's selling on Udemy, they're going to sell it cheap and then keep 90% of all the money. So you won't make any money from it. All right. Okay. They keep most of the money. Whereas if you market it yourself, you keep all the money.
Okay.
Right. So only do that if you want. I would create a separate one for them, so it builds a brand. So you let them do the marketing, then you're getting free traffic.
Okay.
Cool.
To use their students to use the numbers. Okay.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Next up, we've got Amy. Hey, Amy, how you doing?
Now I can unmute. I'm so happy. Okay, this has been driving me nuts even since yesterday. What whiteboard tool are you using?
Oh, I'm just using it's a Wacom tablet. So
It's
this
so cool. I'm like, I've been watching everything. Wacom tablet. I got to get one of
Yeah.
those. I was like, how is he
So
doing
I
this?
just
all this
write
time?
on here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So, okay, that was it. It was a simple question, but I was like, I want to know how he's doing this with the whiteboard tool.
Not a problem. Not a problem. All right. Cool. All right. I'm going to take one last one and then I'm going to go for a little quick coffee break. Let me bring up Francesco. How you doing?
Hi, I doing good, really good. I'm really happy. Just a question. I stuck a little bit because I unconsciously did a sale website for my historical houses, and I didn't done the website, you know, and I stuck a little bit. Do you have some trick or something like, you know, creating the sale site to create a website page at the same simplicity? If we have one, this is my first question. And then
so let me answer the first question. So just do this methodology I just showed you on Samcart now. That does exactly the same thing.
Okay, so I can create a website in Samcart as well?
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. It's a little bit more complicated because I have to book the room for the night. So how I can do that? I can send to the number. How I can do that? Because it's an hotel, you know. You have to book a booking stuff. For that reason, I'm a little bit. It's a difficult for me.
Oh, so if people need to book a session, just use Calendly. Calendly, you can set the dates and times, and then you can embed that into the site. So actually, if you want to create more of a website, are we talking about a sales page or a website?
No. I mean, because it's important, as you said, it's important to have a website as well for like a business card. You know, if you have a suggestion to do a website.
So if you want a website, then I would use lead pages. Different.
Which one? Sorry.
Lead pages. Yeah. So if you look at johnlee.com,
yes,
that's what it's built on. So you can create a whole site within that.
Okay, perfect. So I go to lead page. Wonderful. And then another question is really fast. How I can create a community that is really interesting, because I would find the solution to connect people of my area, even in a property way. But you have to start with one, you know. You have to start, because otherwise you say that there is a community, but it's empty, you know.
So the best way to start a community is like the way I do it is that's why memberships are so good, because membership can get you in straight away, right? So low ticket membership is also good, but it also depends what type of network that you want to build. So for example, I build an elite network. So my platinum mentoring program, the 3 levels. So I have silver, gold, elite. Those are three levels within that. So my elite level are the people that I want to meet around the world. So the face-to-face, they come have breakfast with me. You know, I kind of like mentor and coach them face-to-face. But the other 2 tiers, I like every month we jump online and then we do this, exactly this. So I have a small group of people. They want me to coach and mentor them in the business and how to start it, how to grow it. And let's say I'm working with you. So we would do this for like the whole year. So you jump on, I want to do this.
But to start, for example, in the beginning, you know?
Exactly that.
I have to
exactly that. So you start off building the community.
But I have to create value. I mean, I have to create content inside to do membership,
no,
right?
Not always. The community also comes with like property, for example.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You could create a property community in Italy or France or like wherever. And they just paying to join that, right? Because people want to connect with people.
But I mean, I do this membership, and then I bring where? I mean, how I can
online, just do it online. Just say, hey, by the way, we've got a property community. Once a month, we meet online, we network together. And you just introduce people. You say, by the way, we've got John Lee on here. He's a property millionaire in London. Hey, John, how's it going? How's London right now? And blah, blah, blah. And someone else is there and they go, oh my God, John, I want to connect with you. So you're building the network. So that's actually one of the best memberships to create. Online networking, and you facilitate. You don't even do the talking. You facilitate.
Oh, okay. But I have to bring 1 or 2 because otherwise I remain, you know, you can imagine if I stay only one person.
Well, here's what you do. When you launch your membership, you tell people, by the way, this property membership is going to be $97 a month. But if you come in now, it's going to be free.
Okay.
So you start off for free, you get all these people in. Once you reach like 20 or 30 people, then you start charging. Because then when people come in, there's already a network. That's how you build a community.
Wonderful. The last one thing really, really fast. As I said, that there is even in a chat as well. How do I know if I say someone, I create a sale page and I will get, I do free for you, but I will get 50%, for example, of the revenue, of the income.
Because let me tell you, because that SAM card is connected to your bank account. So all the money comes to you first.
And then I give it the 50% to them. Wonderful.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Awesome,
Really,
man.
Thank you for everything.
Cool. Not a problem. By the way, how many of you had some aha moments in just this first session of day 2? Typing yes, typing yes. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick coffee break. I'm going to give you 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes should be okay for you. Though, but it depends which, we have different levels. So what I'll do is later, not now, because I want to get through a lot of content. Maybe later I can talk about all the different packages for those of you, if you want to get a coach, if you want to, attend some of our other programs as well. So I can do a whole session on that.
And can you give the that link you gave to tag you on Instagram? You were going so fast I couldn't get it down.
Yeah, so the tag is, I've actually reshared some of them actually, but if you go to @John_Lee_official, in fact, I'll get the team to put that in there. So when you go to Instagram, just before you post it, use the @John, and then you see my picture with the blue verified check mark. If you click that, then it'll let me see it, and I'll just pick a few people at random, and I'll reshare it to my Instagram stories.
Okay,
cool.
Thank you.
Anytime. You might want to log out and log back in because your internet's a little bit choppy. So yeah, just FYI. All right, we got Jay. Jay, how you doing? Are you there? Jay Minster. Nope. Jay, are you there? I can see you. Okay, no, I don't think she's there. All right. Next up, we're going to go to Lainey. Lainey, let me bring you up. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Hey, Lainey, you there?
Yes, I am.
Yay.
Okay, so I'm not too sure how I can handle this in SamCard, but I offer 3 modalities under one well-being umbrella. And a member, someone may want to be a member of number 1, but not 2 and 3, or all 3, or just 2. And how would I handle that? Can I do it all in one page and split it?
I'm just about to go into that, actually. Good. This is really good. It's really good that you're all actually thinking one step ahead, which is good. It's perfect.
And also the pricing is different as well. So if you could cover that, that would be great.
Yeah. I'll talk about that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Bye.
No problem. All right. We got Billy. Billy, let me bring you up.
Hello, John. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Cool. I would like to know if there is a way to have an automatic system to pay people who bring a member in our membership system.
There is sites for it, but SamCart also has that as well. So it's called an affiliate. So SamCart has a built-in affiliate. So when people, but currently it doesn't auto pay. You have to bulk pay. So you export the buyers, import it back into the payment system, and it pays everyone out for you. So you can do it that way. But there are sophisticated softwares out there that can, of course, do that as well.
Okay. And do you have a name of the software?
You've got ChargeBee. ChargeBee is good for that. CHRB, ChargeBee. So that's one of the best.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Thanks
yeah, cool. Awesome. All right. We've got Caitlin, are you there? Let me bring you up. That should work.
Morning, or it's morning here. Hi. I have a question for you, a couple questions. First off, I really want to say how much I appreciate what you said about knowing when to get out of a business or sell a business. I've owned my business for 15 years and we're in the process of selling it. And so pretty exciting. But regards to my new business, I'm essentially a wholesale distributor. And so I'm going to have 2 platforms and my memberships are going to be one for the maker and one for the buyer. And my question is, I'm going to have 2 SAM cards, but their memberships is going to allow them access to my store. And and so I guess it had been answered a second ago, but both of those memberships will link to my main site. Is that correct?
You can link it anywhere you want. You can do web
Anywhere.
linking. Yeah, but normally you would just promote the link and that's where people would go. So I normally have like a really short link, like, you know, jl.club, right? For example, it's a 2-letter domain name that works pretty well.
Okay, because I'm selling the membership to be a membership so you can buy in on my site. And so that's really what my pitch. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anytime. All right, let's take a few more. Astrid, let me bring you up.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Thanks for having me. I have quite a special question because I'm doing interior design since 16 years already. So I think I'm successful because I'm still there, but it's nothing to get wealthy, you know, because it's always my time I spend and my ideas and my creativity. And I am kind of blocked how to scale it. I read an ebook already, but it's not on the market. Yesterday,
I train a lot of interior designers, and this is the strategy I always give to them. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
So here's what you want to do, right? Or Stephanie in Singapore, or Bob in LA. So what you do is you give them the work. You take 50% of all the fees that they're getting paid. So if they get paid $10,000, so we paid, I think, about $10,000 for our ID in London. But we found that person through Instagram.
Okay.
Right. So you could get all of your people. So you'll have one big interior design Instagram page. There's IGID, and you'll have all of your designs on there. People go, oh my God, this is amazing. People contact you for interior design, and you put them in touch with your local certified interior designer. That's how you scale your business, Astrid.
Okay, that sounds good.
Cool. Awesome.
Bye.
All right, we're going to go straight into the next session. I know a lot of you still have questions. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of time for questions a little bit later as well. So if you're ready for the next session, type in ready, and let's get started. Okay, so this next session, we've talked about the membership niche. I've given you 10 different business models. We then talked about how to create a page for cold traffic and a page for warm traffic. Okay, so, and then I've given you, again, there's 3 levels on how we create these offers. I've given you the first one. Level 1 is a free trial, right? So the free trial going in is like a $1 trial, right? Now, another thing I want to add to this as well. Do you know why this level 1 strategy, this $1 strategy works? Because it's known as a, write this down, freemium model. Freemium, right? So it's premium content, but it's freemium. So they're kind of getting in for free, but they're getting access to premium content. Does that make sense, by the way? Yes or no? Right? So what I love about this is typically what is the average cancellation rate of the free trial? So you should cater for 50% cancellation. All right. So that means if you have 1,000 people, okay, let's do some stats. If you have 1,000 people that take your trial, let's say, so 1,000 people take a trial, 50% cancel, okay, they cancel. How much are you left with? You're left with 500 people who are left paying your $10 a month, right? So if you take 500 times by $10, you're now making $5,000 per month, or pounds, depending if you're in the UK or in US, right? So these are the stats that we want to think of. So your goal really is to keep getting people into this. And why I love the trial is that you get something called an auto rebill, right? So it automatically rebills them. And the way I used to do it with a trial, there's two ways to do the trial properly, right? There's a right way and the wrong way. So freemium model, I would do my marketing. I would give them access to the membership. Okay. And then I would give like 7 days on this. After the 7 days, I then ask for the credit card details, right? Now, can you see why this is not good? Because after the 7-day finishes, and do you think people are going to go back to the membership and then input their credit card details? Yes or no? Okay. Well, the answer is yes, they do, but you will lose a lot of your paid members. You will lose a lot of your paid members. Angie says, what way can you get most traffic? We will cover that, Angie, as we go through the next couple of days. I'm going to take some of the training that I teach in my social media business and AI bootcamp. I'll bring some of that best content. I'll teach you in this bootcamp. Would that be okay? If I can go a little bit marketing heavy as well over the next couple of days? Okay, cool. Thank you. Because I know this training is all about how to create passive income, right? How to create memberships. So someone asked a question before, how can you sign up for the social media bootcamp? If you want to do that, head over to johnlee.com, go to events, and you'll see it there. So we have the membership, okay? Our marketing, we go to our membership, then we ask for credit card details. This is the incorrect way to do it. You do not want to do it this way. You do this, even though you offer a free trial, right? It's going to get you a lot more traffic, right? But the rebills. So the key here is rebills, right? Rebills. Type in rebill, right? I thought this is, yeah, I will be covering social media, Michael, but the title of this, the theme of this is passive income. So yes, we will be talking about social media and how to promote this membership site to make passive income. Is that clear? Type in clear if that's clear, right? But if some of you want to become an influencer, you want to create a brand, you want to have millions of followers, then really the social media bootcamp, that's more for if you want to do that, if you want to really grow your brand. So the correct way to do it, marketing, go straight for the credit card details, because once the 7 days runs out, you get auto bill. Okay, auto bill. Then they can access the membership. If you do it this way, I promise you, you'll make way more money than if you do it this way. This is the mistake I made. Do not do the top level. Do the bottom level. Make sense? Type in yes. Type in yes. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So, okay. So now how do we, so that's level one. So we all good with level one. We all know how to do that. Are we all okay with that? Type in yes. Type in yes. That's level one and how we promote, right? And again, I will go into the social media stuff. Don't worry about that. We'll go into that specifically how to promote this membership. So how did I get 12,000 members paying $7 a month in the first year that I launched this? Okay. Now, level two. Level two works like this. Level two strategy is sometimes when you offer a membership, even a trial, it doesn't always work out. People don't always want to buy it, right? So actually what you want to create is something called a low ticket OTO, right? Low ticket one-time offer, right? Low ticket one-time offer. So what is a low ticket one-time offer? A low ticket one-time offer is you want to sell something for a very low price that automatically includes your membership, right? Let me say that again. You're going to do a low ticket OTO, and it's going to include a trial. So it's automatic. Let me give you an example. Easiest way to do this is to create maybe like a guide, and then this will automatically have people go into the membership. All right. So let's say, for example, this guide is, let's say it's, I don't know, $27. Okay. So you buy this guide for $27. But actually what you want to do is this low ticket OTO. In this, we're going to put a little box here. All right. And this box is going to be for your trial. And so what's going to happen is they're going to put the credit card details in, and they are going to click this button, and that's going to add this to the order, right? So this over here is an OTO, but this one here is something called an order bump, right? Order bump. So just by putting this little box on your page, you will get between 8 to 12% more sales. How many of you think that's very fascinating, by the way? Type in yes. So by doing, like, if you learn nothing from me over these last 2 days, remember this. Remember this. You hardly have to do any more work to make 8 to 12% more money. Let me ask you a question. How many of you are already promoting things, and you're already selling things already? Type in yes. If you're already promoting things and you're already selling things, type in yes. Right? So all you have to do is put a little button there, and that can be your order bump. So your low ticket one-time offer will be your your $27, for example. In fact, let me just do this again. So we're going to create a low ticket one-time offer, right? Low ticket one-time offer, right? And it might be $27. But within this, we are going to put a little box there, and this box is going to give a trial. So what people are doing, they're buying this, but we're giving them this just by clicking that. Is this making sense, by the way? Some of you said, I can't understand. If you understand this, type in yes if you understand this. If you understand this. Okay, it's very clear. Good. Good. Right? Okay, let me give you another example. How many of you have been shopping before on Amazon, and it says the person who bought this book also bought this book? And then all you do, you click a button and it adds it to the order. Right? Type in yes if you've ever done that before. Right? Do you know the reason why this works so well? It's because, let's say I sell you one book now. I send you the book, I send it to your house, it's great. And then I try and sell you another book. Like 2 weeks later. Are the chances of you buying high or low? High or low? Right? It's very low. Right? Because you want to get people, it's what we call at the point of sale. At the point of sale. At that point of sale, when they've already given it, I'll give you another example. So for my wife's birthday, she ordered this sort of 4x4 car, right? And when we were speccing the car up, right? The car was, I don't know, like 200 and something thousand, right? £205,000, right? For this car. This is like an SUV, right? And as the salesperson is talking to us, said, okay, this comes with 20-inch wheels. Would you like to upgrade to 22-inch wheels? And we said, yeah, sure. Click. That's another 20,000 like that. Right? Like literally, would you like to have leather or Alcantara? Okay, leather. We just click. Would you like to have sports exhaust? Click. So we're just clicking these buttons. At the end of it, the car's like 245,000 just from clicking a few buttons. Now, if he'd have sold me the car and I've taken that car and I drive away with the car, then I drive it back to the showroom and say, hey, John, you want to get a sports exhaust on there? Well, how much is it? 20,000. No, thank you. But at the point of sale, it's very easy for me to click a button, isn't it? Does this make sense? By the way, type in yes, it does make sense, right? So this option will allow you to get 8 to 12% more sales by doing nothing. It's like free money. Like, why wouldn't you want free money? Does it make sense? By the way, type in yes. Type in yes. So let me show you how to. Would you like me to demonstrate live how to do this? Type in yes if you'd like me to demonstrate live how to do this. I'll show it because some of you are a little bit confused. Like, John, I don't get this. I don't understand it. This is why I insist on not just teaching you things, but showing you step by step on how to do it yourself. And I'm going to demo it live for you so you can see where I'm clicking and what buttons I'm clicking. Would that be okay? Type in yes if that's okay. Okay. You are a hero. By the way, this is how I coach and mentor people, by the way. I have a very different style than a lot of people out there. Because I'm dyslexic, I teach people the way I learn, which is like you learn by listening. So I'm speaking, you're listening. Some people can understand it, but some people, they learn by seeing. Okay. And then also some people learn by doing. So this is what we call multiple modalities. Right. And I can tell you, how many of you, as I've gone through these last couple of days, you found it actually quite easy to sit in front of your computer for 5, 6, 7 hours typing yes, because it's the way I teach. If it was just like slides for like 5, 6 hours, you guys would probably be bored. If I didn't demonstrate it, if I didn't interact with you, if I didn't, like it's a very different style of teaching. That's why when you get a mentor, it's really important you find a mentor that can do something what we called knowledge transference, that can transfer what's in their head to you. And to do that, you have to be able to teach it and train it, use analogies, use what we call accelerated learning. A lot of my friends who are billionaires, when I ask them, how did you become a billionaire? They just say, oh yeah, I just do gas. I just do oil. Yeah, but how? And they can't tell you how they do it. How many of them talking about typing yes? I can see Crystal nodding her head there. It's like, but you're a billionaire. Tell me how. Well, I just do investments. Yeah, but how? Oh, like they can't break down because they're so far ahead. And anyway, they're not trainers as a communicators, but they are, very wealthy. So step one, we're going to create a membership, right? So we click new product. Let's call this, just for argument's sake, I'm going to call it XYZ membership. Okay, XYZ membership. So again, I said I'm going to do repeating. So repeat. So let's do recurring. Okay, this is going to be monthly. We're going to charge $7. Return on trial period, paid trial. We're going to do 7-day trial, $1. Click create product. Okay, so we now have a membership called XYZ membership. Is that clear? Yes or no? Is that clear? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, cool. So what have we created? We have created our membership now. Right? Our membership. Okay. So if we want to sell more of our membership, we need to do a low ticket one-time offer. So this low ticket one-time offer, LO, low ticket OTO. This will be $27 for my guide, for my property guide, for example. Okay. So now I need to create another product. Does this make sense? Type in yes if this makes sense. Type in yes if this makes sense. All right. So I now need to go and create another product. So click new product. Okay. And then I'm going to type in XYZ low ticket one, low ticket. I'll just put LTO, low ticket one-time offer. Okay. Now this is going to be one payment. It's going to be 27. Right. So we click create product. So click create product. All right. So now we've created two. We've created a low ticket. This is one-time payment. And then we created a membership for $7 per month. It does. Is this clear, by the way? Is this clear, by the way? Right. I really have add, I need to cut, of course, for example, crazy. I think I'm going, yeah, like some people don't, but a lot of people do. That's why I say it's about between 8 to 12%. I tested it. All right. So what we do is we are going to go into this product here. We are going to enable a order bump. All right. Because let me bring it up. Let me get rid of all these other ones for a second. All right. So right now we have this. We're going to click this button. So we're going to preview it. So right now It's a product, it's my guide, it's my service, it's my early bird, whatever you want to call it, right? So they put the name, they can put all the details in there, and it charges $27, okay? I now want to add the membership to this. I want to add the membership to this on the same page. Is this making sense? Give me a yes if this makes sense. I want you all to follow this, okay? So I go back here, and it says offers. All right, so I click on offers, right? And then it says add an order bump. So my order bump is XYZ membership. So I'll add that. So this is one that I created before, right? Do you all remember I created a membership called XYZ membership? Do you all remember me creating that? Okay. So you see, I've added it to the order bump here. It says add to order bump. So I've just added it here, right? So now when I click save, if I preview this now, okay, there's now a button here, right? So now I put my first name, last name, email address, telephone number. I put my credit card details in here, and I'm going to pay $27. But I say, oh my God, what's this XYZ membership? Cool. Wow. So I've just bought John's property guide in London. Oh my God. Now I can join his property networking events for $1. And I can try it for $1. And then it's $7 a month after that. I love that. I'm going to add it. And I just click, and now it adds it to the order. You see? So then it says, okay, how much is it now? I'm paying $28, $27 for the guide, and then $7 monthly starting in 1 week. All right, and I place the order. How many of you think that is incredible? How easy that was to do? Type in yes. Type in yes. In fact, I want you all to give me a ka-ching. Everyone put your hands in there like this. Everybody, come on. I can see you all. As I give me a ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Right? So just add this on top of what you're already selling. Now, here's the good news. You want some good news? Say, John, what's the good news? Right? Here's the good news. Do you think there's lots of people out there right now that sell things online on a website, and they're already getting traffic to go to the website? Type in yes if you think people are already doing that. So you know what my good news is going to be, right? What's my good news going to be? You are going to take the strategy that I just shared with you, and you're going to place that little button on their website, and this is the pitch. You say, oh, by the way, I see that you've got a website. I see, if you don't mind me asking, would you like me to help you make 10% more? Or would you like me to help you double your income this year? Yes. Okay. Well, how does that work? Well, how much does your website make right now? How much your business make? Oh, my business does 100,000. Okay, cool. So if I can help you get to 200,000, how much of that can I have? All right. That's the pitch. So how do you do it? You just take that button and you stick it on the website. They're already driving traffic there anyway. They're already making sales anyway. Out of all their sales they get in a year, trust me, some people are going to click that button, and in which you get paid for it. Give me a round of applause. Good strategy, huh? Right? So this is another way for you to make money without really having to do that much work, right? You just need to know exactly, how you can do this. Now, the good news is that once someone has paid $27 for that product, right? And one of the things I really love about this is it's almost impossible not to make money doing this, because people are already spending money on the site. By adding it there, I will guarantee, I will bet you a beer on this, that out of the year, people will click that button to get the extra thing. In fact, how many of you do that on websites, by the way? I'm curious. Type in yes if you've been to a website, you've bought something, but there's an option to click a button to add it to the order. Type in yes if you've done this before. I'm curious. So Jazz, Annie, Monica, Axel, Camille, Jeff, Nelly, Lani, Jessica, Alicia. See, I don't make this stuff up, right? Annika, Mark, Daphne, Richard, all right, Vicky, all right? Oscar says, yes, with Jim Quick. Exactly. Right? You see how this works? Right? Today I was offered one and it was too large. Correct, Kenny. So it can't be too big. Right? This is why it is the perfect strategy to get people into your membership. Remember, right now we're talking about conversions, and later, once we come back from our food break, I'm going to talk about how you actually put that offer together. With that, and here's the thing, this is even before I've taught you how to structure the offer. Once you add a really strong offer to that, oh my God, like your business revenue by adding this on top will double or triple your income. All right. How do you get it on their website? No, Danielle, what you do is you like, just like the strategy I taught you before, you approach somebody who's an influencer, you create this whole thing for them, and then you just take that button and you recreate the website and put that button on there. Right. Or you can have it forward them to a different site. So there's another thing as well. I'll show you another good strategy. This is another thing that increase your sales. Right now, okay, let's come back to this. All right. So another strategy that's really powerful is you've got this thing called digital wallets. Right now, let me ask you a question. How many of you've been to a website? You're like, oh my God, this offer is really cool, and then you want to buy it, and you're like, oh, where's my credit card? Oh, I gotta find my credit card. Oh, where is it? And then you go look for it, and then you come back and you've lost interest, and then you don't end up checking out. Type in 1 if you've ever done that before. Right? That is called cart abandon. Cart abandon. I abandoned the cart because it's too much effort, and it sounds ridiculous, by the way. It's too much effort to put in credit card details. Right? Now, not everybody does. Most people do, but I'm talking about the few people, the extra, say 25% of sales that you could have had by not increasing this. Okay. So what do? So in Samcart, there's a section that says payments. See what it says payments? So if you scroll down, it says allow digital wallets. Now this is insane. So if I turn that on, right, it says use digital wallet as a default. So if I turn that on, what happens is, by the way, how many of you have an iPhone? How many of you had an iPhone? Type in yes if you have an iPhone. How many of you have, when you've purchased something, you go into a shop and you just do contactless? You basically do, you double click and then your Face ID, and you tap the ATM thing, the card processor, and it charges your card without you having to put a credit card in, without having to put a PIN in. Type in yes if you've done that, right? And also if you have Android, you also have Google Pay as well, right? So what if I told you we can actually enable that in our cart? Well, that's exactly what it's done, because now what's happened is, by enabling this, if I click save changes now, right? If I see this on a mobile phone, or you see there, I don't even have to enter my credit card details. I can just click a button and it just charges the card. How many think that's pretty powerful, by the way? Type in yes, right? It's amazing. And just similar to how Jim Quick the share communities. Yeah, like for us, like we network, that's called a collaboration, right? That's called a collaboration. So there's actually, in the social media bootcamp, I talk about 4 ways to market your business. Write this down. Number 1, free marketing, paid marketing, JV marketing, ambassador marketing. 4, right? So by doing this now, people don't have to enter the credit card details in, right? And because if they don't enter the credit card details in, like the decision to buy, is it faster or is it slower? Faster or slower? I can tell you, every time I've taught my students this, they make 30% more money. Why? Because people just go, oh, I want to buy that, click, and then it just processes, right? And there's security behind it as well. So emails, yeah. So Carolyn, Samcart also collects emails and sends you people's emails as well when they buy. Okay. Ready? Please repeat the full marketing. Yeah. In fact, let me write it down for you. So this is my marketing quadrant. Okay. First is free. We have free marketing and we have paid marketing. Right. And then on this side, we have JV marketing, and then we also have ambassador marketing. So you create a lot of ambassadors, right? So for example, a lot of you, if by the way, how many of you really love this training so far and you know other people who could really benefit being here? Type in yes. Type in yes, right? So you could be an ambassador for the stuff that I do, right? So what happens is you would then tell other people about it. You become an ambassador. You promote my events. You promote my content. Actually, one of the best marketing strategies I'll teach you when we get into the social media section of this bootcamp. Renee says, sign me up. I'd love to be an ambassador. Oh, I appreciate that, Renee. We actually, if you go to, I believe the URL is, I mean, my team normally deal with this stuff. Okay. Yeah, if you go to, okay, I'll just get my team to put the link in there. Right. So, by the way, this is a really good way for you to promote your products and services as well. Right. Because, by the way, this is created within Samcart as well. So what happens is you come here, you register, right? So you click the register button. Okay. And then it takes you to a page that looks like this. Okay. So it says apply for affiliate account with John Lee. So you put your first name, last name, email address, you create a password, and you put your PayPal address so we can pay you. And it says accept the terms and conditions. Do you know why I always insist on using software? Because software, it becomes one big ecosystem, right? You see here it says samcart.com. So actually, all of you that are selling your products and services right now, when you create it within Samcart, you could also let people become an ambassador / affiliate. They sign up and they can log in to see how they're doing. They can log in to see. So, for example, when you become an affiliate, you know, we keep adding all our products and services that we sell. We put all the commissions there. And then what happens is when you copy the link, you promote it. If people click on it, you can log into your affiliate system and it says you got 1 click. And then it tells you how many sales you got. So I think, Billy, you were asking me this before. This is exactly what you can do for a lot of your partnership, affiliate, ambassadors. It's a powerful strategy. Pretty cool, yes or no? Yes or no? I understand digital wallets. You add the button to existing website. Do you recreate? Yeah, so if you're doing this for other people, you can basically tell them exactly how to do it. So how they're, whatever products or services that first of all, tell them to sign up to Samcart, right? Tell them to put the product in there, create it like I showed you really fast, and then put the order bump in there. That's it. Right? Just keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, right? Do you know what I find? A lot of people, they overcomplicate things, right? And when they overcomplicate things, they get, what's the word? Overwhelmed. They get a little bit overwhelmed. And so I guess one of the things that I love to do, I like to take complicated things and simplify them to its core, to the things that work. And that's what that's, I guess, one of my zones of genius, taking something very complicated, all these different things, and just narrowing down to just a few things. And here's the thing, if you just get really good at a few things, you get to make a lot of money, right? You get to make a lot of money. How do you create affiliate link in Samcart? Donna, there's a whole section in Samcart that says create affiliates. So you can create affiliates off that as well. Okay. So now that you know how to create these sort of order bumps and these sort of $1 trials, there's a level 3. Would you like to know level 3? Right? No one says I registered for the affiliate. Appreciate that. Right? Would you like to know? But by the way, we are revamping the affiliate because we have a lot more products and services that we're going to be talking about. A lot of people always ask me, say, John, like, I see you traveling around the world, speaking around the world. Like, do you have a course that teaches people how to start a business as a speaker? How many of you would love to become a speaker, by the way? You love to travel around the world and you love to speak on stage. You like to inspire people, travel around the world for free. So next year we will be creating a speaker training program. All right. So if any of you would love to become a speaker, make sure you keep checking our site. We'll announce it. But one of them take me on tour with you. Well, that's actually what I want to do because I've got so many speaking engagements. Right. And that's actually one of the best ways to market your membership site. Do you know when I'm on stage in front of thousands of people? Right. So let's say, for example, so a friend of mine, his name is Thaddeus Chroma. He runs an event called Broke the Boss. Right. So he had me speak at this event. Right? And actually, Thaddeus is a. How many of you know Thaddeus? He's a good friend of mine. He's a really good friend of mine. So he had me speak at this event, right? And when you speak in front of thousands of people, literally, there's only one sentence you can say at the end of your speech that will make you a lot of recurring income. Would you like to know what that sentence is? Type in yes. Right? So literally, when I come to the end of the talk, I'll say things like, hey, I know a lot of you enjoyed this. Raise your hand if you enjoyed this. Raise your hand if you would love to learn more, right? And then, of course, everyone says, yeah, we want to learn more. And say, then this is a sentence. I have a gift for you. And the gift is to take pretty much a free trial on my membership that's going to teach you all the things that I just spoke about. If you'd love to take that trial, go to www. and then you give the URL. That's why it's very important to have a simple URL. And from 2,000 people, you get like 500-600 people taking a trial for $1. Is that powerful, by the way? Yes or no? I mean, this is why you also need to learn speaking, because actually a lot of the things that I teach business to create cash flow, right? So business creates cash flow, and then the cash flow invested creates wealth. So investing in real estate and businesses. And then you have the brand accelerates all three of these, right? And then you've got your speaking, right? One of the reasons why I've decided to teach people how to become speakers as well is because for all of you, when you know how to do it, you can get hundreds of people signing up to your membership every time you speak. Every time you speak, right? Is that powerful, by the way? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? So if you have 2,000 people and you only get 30% of people that take you up, that's 600 people, right? They take the trial. If after a trial, again, I'll give you the stats, right? So again, here are the stats. So let's say you have 2,000 people, right? 600 people, which is 30% of people, take you up on the offer. Let's say 50% of these people cancel. You now have 300 people. For example, my membership, and we have different tiers, but the one that we have now is $27 a month. So it'll be 300 times 27. So straight away, you make 8,100 of passive income in that one speech. That's why, do you know what a lot of people say to me? They say, John, like, how much do you charge to speak? So my speaker fee is £100,000, right? But do you know what I say to people right now? I tell them, I say to them, don't pay me a speaker fee. Don't pay me a speaker fee, right? Instead, what I say to them, I say to them, sorry, some of you are giving me some funny looks. What? Did I miss something there or something? No? Okay, cool. Okay, so here's the thing. You want to waive your speaker fee, right? And you think, John, why would you want to waive your speaker fee? The condition is this, and this is the sentence. Write this down. I will waive my speaker fee as long as my costs and travel are covered, and you allow me to give a gift to your audience. Right? You do that and watch how much money you make. You'll make, so the fees that you're getting paid to speak, you'll make more from your membership for recurring income. Does that make sense, by the way? Typing yes if that makes sense. And a lot of you are now saying, well, John, okay, well, how do I become a speaker? That's why you need to learn social media. Because when someone sees my talk on social media, right? So for example, I always put my talks on, so how many of you seen any of my talks on social media, by the way? Right? So like, this is one of my talks. And also Starbucks in that area and buying a property in the area. Why? Because Starbucks and McDonald's have spent billions of dollars researching. And if there's a Starbucks there, guess what? What type of people drink Starbucks? Well, I love coffee and a lot of you love coffee as well, but it's also the Cosmo industry. Like, they've already done the research. So when you are doing stuff like this, really what you're doing is you're getting people to opt. So I put that on social media, someone sees it, they go, oh my God, I love what you talk about. Can you do a keynote at my event? Sure. How much do you charge? My fee is normally 100,000, right? But I'll waive my fee as long as you cover my costs, and as long as I can, at the end of my talk, give a gift to your audience, right? So how many of you think that's a really, really good strategy? Really, really good strategy. Type in yes, you think it's a really good strategy, right? And I'm telling you, if I promise you this, again, it's why people pay me $5,000 or £5,000 an hour, it's not $6,000 an hour, because I can strategically place profit centers. Like, I can look at someone's business and they tell me what they do. And I go, well, that's a problem. Change that, change that, change that. And they suddenly start making money. And I keep it very simple so people can implement it. That's the power of this, right? It's the power of this, right? And it's very strategic and it's a win-win. People get an incredible experience, right? And you're getting your thing as well. So if every time you do this, you give away a gift, free trial, $1 free trial, people are going to love your talk and then they take the free trial, right? And then after 7 days, you see the money coming in. Now you create recurring income. This is why, again, in the past, I never taught this strategy, right? In the past, I actually never even taught about passive income mastery. This was actually a brand new event that I put together, a brand new boot camp, because a lot of people kept asking me like, oh, John, I need more money. I need more money. And every time I teach them to make money, they'd make money and then they'd lose it all. But if it's recurring, and I'll tell you the secret, a friend of mine in Hong Kong taught me this. He's worth $350 million, right? That's how much he's worth. So I said to him, I said, like, what's your secret? And he said, John, like, the secret you have to figure out is recurring income, right? So all the companies he invests in makes recurring income. And I said, I don't understand what you mean. And he said, well, look, put it this way. Right now, if your company makes $1 million, right, next year, you have to work twice as hard to make 2 million, right? And the year after that, you want to make 4 million, you have to work 4 times as hard. You have to work 5 times as hard. But when you invest in recurring income, right? Let's say you make 100,000 this month. At the end of this month, at the beginning of next month, another 100,000 comes in. So it's like, once you do this, you cannot stop the money from coming in. How many like that strategy? Give me a yes. Give me a yes. We love that strategy, right? And hardly anyone teaches this because they've not mastered it. I mean, how many programs have you been on that teach these specific strategy the way I teach it? I'm teaching from my experience. It's not stuff that I just plucked out of thin air, right? It's stuff that has helped me make millions of dollars in my companies. And now I'm teaching other people how to do it. And my secret agenda is to get you all, I mean, we've got, I don't know, over 300 people on here right now, right? And, you know, my goal is to get all of you to start monetizing. So let's say when Billy gets up to speed, or Caitlin gets up to speed, or, you know, Ralph gets up to speed. Let's say I've got 1,000, let's say I can train 1,000 people. Watch how the numbers extrapolate, right? Let's say you have 1,000 members and they pay you $10 a month. So 1,000 times 10 means that you're making 10,000. So let's say Billy, I teach Billy how to do this. Billy only needs to get 1,000 clients at $10 to make 10,000 a month, right? How many think that's pretty Pretty achievable, by the way. Type in yes if you think it's quite achievable. Right? And I'll show you some stats in just a moment, just with a low ticket one. Right? Now, what if I have 1,000? So here's what happens. So that means once Billy gets to that point, he's making 10,000 a month. 10,000 times by divide 12 months. How much is he making now? In 12 months. In 12 months, he's making 120,000. Is this clear so far? Yes or no? Right? So Billy gets 1,000 people that pay him $10 a month. It makes 10,000 a month. In 1 year, it makes 120,000. Okay? Now, what happens if I can get 1,000 people, 1,000 students to just hit this target? All right? So that means 1,000 is basically this times 1,000, which is 120 million of recurring income. Now, what did I teach you on day one? What did I teach you on day one? ARR. ARR. What does ARR stand for, please? ARR stands for annual recurring revenue. Annual recurring revenue. So let's say over the next 5 years, I keep running this event. I keep training people like Billy, like Caitlin, like Astrid, right? Like Andrew, like Crystal, like Camille, who are really serious because they woke up super early in the morning to come here, right? So I know they're not dabblers. I know that they do whatever it takes. I know they've got a strong mindset. I know they're willing to do whatever it takes. I spent 5 years training people up, marketing people, working with people to get every single one of you to 1,000 members. Now I have 1,000 of you that produce 120,000 a year recurring. What if I put all of you into one company? Now all 1,000 of you come into one company now. Okay, this is wealth creation, right? So this company is now making 120 million a year. Now you take that company and you list it on the stock exchange. It's now worth 10 times. What is 120 million times 10? 1.2 billion. My friends, that's how I create unicorns. That's how you create a unicorn, right? It's actually very strategic. People think I make money from selling courses. No, that just covers my costs, right? The real money is when I get to work with a lot of you to create businesses together that we can grow, that we can sell. How many of you know my strategy right now? Type in yes. Type in yes. That's why I got to charge people to come to these events, because when you give away things for free, what happens is people don't always value it. Am I right? Yes or no? Right? But when people pay, they pay attention. When people pay, they pay attention, like all of you have. You know, a lot of my promoters and team were saying to me, John, like, you're running these at really weird times. I don't think anyone's going to attend. I think, like, and a lot of you are here right now, right? Because actually, I purposely run them at really weird times to see if people are going to show up. It's like when people say to me, like, do you know I flew to Singapore for 12 hours for a meeting and I flew back? What does that tell you about the person who's willing to do that? Right? It tells you that that person could be business partner material. They have no excuses, right? They don't, oh, I can't do it because of this, or it's Christmas, or it's Thanksgiving, or it's Halloween, it's bonfire night, or it's my thing's birthday. Like, we do whatever it takes. Like, when you do what I'm telling you to do, whatever you're sacrificing now to be here, I would rather you work hard for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years and then take the rest of your life off, rather than have to work every single day until the age of 65 or 70 right now in the UK to retire and then enjoy your life, right? As entrepreneurs, we do whatever it takes. Do you actually know what the definition of entrepreneur is? Anyone taking a look? Definition of entrepreneur, all right? Now, I'm not talking about a fake entrepreneur. I'm talking about a real entrepreneur. I'm not talking about a wantpreneur, right? Look at this. Definition, Oxford. Right, dictionary. Entrepreneur is a person who sets up a business or businesses taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. Key word there, hope. Hope. Not guaranteed. So whenever someone comes to me and say, oh, John, I want to do this investment. What's the guarantee that I want to make money back? I said, you know what? Don't do it. Because you already know the mindset. It's the wrong mindset. There's a difference between how rich people think and how broke people think, right? So this is why I need you to embrace this methodology. I want you to embrace what I'm telling you right now, because it will make a massive impact and difference, to your life, okay? So that is the definition. Now, level 3, I need to get you ready for level 3. Level 3 is this. Now that we understand this, now we understand the strategy and the structure behind this. By the way, just like I'm doing with all of you right now, you can also do this with other people now, because now you have my IP. What's IP stand for? Intellectual property. It's taken me years and years, investing millions of dollars, making a lot of mistakes, having sleepless nights, losing hair, getting wrinkles, figuring this stuff out. So you don't have to do all the heavy lifting. Remember I told you, success is like this, and people think we finish, they think success is a straight line. No, we start here, we keep going, we go round and round and round and round and round and round and round, then we finish here, right? That's why I told you, in these 3 days, you're going to shave years off your learning curve just from doing this, right? And I appreciate all the kind comments here, but honestly, I got to give the credit to all of you, because you made the commitment. You chose to be here. You invested your money to be here. And for that, I'm forever grateful, because I know that when people invest in themselves, you are your best investment. Even till today, I still pay to go on seminars. Jim's program, right? Jim came to speak up. Jim quit. You guys, a lot of you know Jim. He's a good friend of mine. So Jim, when he spoke at my event, right? Jim offered a memory course. So my memory, I know I kept forgetting stuff. I was like, now my memory's a lot better than it used to be. But he spoke at my event and I paid for his course. Why would I pay for his course? Because I know that and by the way, if I'd have said to Jim, if I'd have said to Jim, oh, by the way, bro, can you give me the course for free? Do you think Jim would have given me the course for free? Yes or no? Of course, we're buddies, we're friends, right? But I chose to pay for it, first to support him, right? Second, I know that when I pay for something, I'm going to use it. So I want you all to start living life as this principle to continue growing yourself to always get to the next level. So level 3 works like this, right? So we have our membership. Okay, so here we're going to, talk about stuff. So, this is our low ticket one-time offer. Low ticket OTO is $27. We created it in Samcart. Then we're going to do an order bump where we put an order bump here like this. Okay. And this is going to be a trial for $1. Okay. Now there's one more thing. There's one more thing, right? Then it says, yes, you do this every minute of hearing you speak. A million ideas, 2,000s on coaching. I have nothing to show for it with you. You always have to give first. You always have to give first, right? And that's how the market will change till next year, over the next 2 or 3 years, because of AI. Like you've really got to start doing this. Okay. Okay, cool. So are you ready for level 3? Type in ready if you're ready for level 3. Type in ready if you're ready for level 3. So what you want is, even though you have a low ticket one-time offer, you put an order bump here. Next thing you do, you are going to put a one-time offer. That means they can only access this one-time offer. Okay. They can only access this one-time offer once they've purchased. And it's got a video here saying, hey, thanks for buying the course and thanks for taking the trial. By the way, we are running an event and the event is blah, blah, blah. If you're interested, it's normally this price, but you can get it 50% off here. Click the button. And the moment they click that button, it's going to add it to the order as well. Then it goes to the thank you page. Do you see how this works? Right? John says, I teach everything you're teaching in Spanish while I keep learning with you. I don't have a business community. Okay, cool. So this is, Kenneth, that's why you want to keep learning this stuff and learn how to build the community, right? Tony Robbins does this. Exactly. So you want to do this OTO. Now, how do you create the OTO? Very simple. Samcart does it automatically for you. Go in here. It says upsell, right? Look at this. An upsell allows your customers to opt into another product after they've completed their purchase. On average, adding an upsell to it will increase your customer value by 68.1%. So I can click add an upsell, right? So I can literally create a product, right? So let me again, let's do some repetition. We click new product. Let's call this upsell. XYZ upsell. Okay. Let's pretend this upsell is $100, one-time payment. All right. So now we're going to create a XYZ upsell. So click create product. All right. So now we have a product here like this now. Okay. So this is 100. So this is called XYZ upsell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my XYZ, my XYZ membership. Okay. So this is my XYZ membership. If I go to offers, right, and I go add an upsell, right, I can look for the XYZ. Oh, I need to create a funnel first, right? Let's go back. Sorry. If I go to offers, I can basically add a funnel. So I can now create a new funnel from this, right? Manage upsells, manage funnels, and so on and so forth. So now I go to funnels, click add new funnel. And then again, I know we're getting a little bit more advanced. This is level 3. So this is XYZ funnel. So click add funnel. All right. And what this is going to do is it's going to offer XYZ tier. So this is where I can select it all. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but like you get the idea. So if I do an upsell first, so I'll create an upsell, XYZ, it's XYZ, right? So XYZ upsell is 100. So I create my upsell first. Okay. Now I go to my funnel. So now I can add a new funnel in here. So the XYZ funnel is upsell the XYZ upsell. There we are. There it is. Click save. All right. Now, when I go back to my products, okay. 1 second. Oops, sorry. Once I go back to my XYZ upsell, okay. If I go to offers here, I can add an upsell. So the upsell is called XYZ upsell there. So you see, I've added that to it now. So what happens once people have purchased, they come to a page that looks like, they come to a page that looks like this, and it says add to order. And you can put a video and things like that there as well. So if I see what the page looks like, it looks like this, right? Add to order, or no thanks, I don't want this offer, right? I don't know, I went a little bit quick there, but you get the idea, right? But I think first of all, when we do this, we can, first of all, we sell something low ticket, we get our order bump, and then before they check out, it says, by the way, stop, I've got one more thing. We have a course that's normally this, but you get it half price. All you need to do is click the add to order button. They click that and then it completes the purchase. All right. Is that pretty cool? Typing yes, that's pretty cool. Okay, some of you saying you're a little bit confused, can go a bit slower. Would you like me to go through that one more time? Typing yes if you'd like to go through that one more time. By the way, my marketing university, if you go to where it says, I've got a whole training in here on this. I think it's under sales or conversion. Right, here it is. I've done a whole event masterclass on this. If you click on this where it says upsells, bribes, and downsells. So if you click on that, right, By the way, does this one training here alone, how many think just by using this one event that I did, how many think just this one strategy will make you back more than $10,000? Type in yes. That one strategy, show you, like, how many think that would make you more than $10,000? Right? And a lot more about it, Billy says. Billy, you know what I'm talking about, right? So I'm gonna do it one more time for you, so you can understand. Okay. So what are we doing? And let me demonstrate it again. Okay. So we are first creating a low ticket OTO. Do we understand that? Type in yes. Type in yes. Yeah. Okay. We're going to sell it for $27. So we created a product called XYZ LTOTO as an example, right? The second thing that we did is we put a order bump here. So this order bump was for a trial for $1. Are we following there? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So all people need to do is click that button. It's going to charge them $27 and it's going to charge them for $1 for the trial. And after 7 days, they'll earn $7 a month. Okay. Now, level 3, again, it's a little bit more complicated. We've got something called an OTO, a one-time offer. So what we had to do, we had to create a product for, so let's say we create XYZ upsell. So we have to create an upsell first. Well, first we have to create the product, right? So we create the product, which you saw me do. Then we created an upsell. Then we create a funnel, right? So what I did is I created a product called XYZ product, okay, for $100. Remember? Then I created XYZ upsell. Okay. So the XYZ upsell is this $100. Then I created a funnel, and the funnel is what attaches the offer at the end of this. So how does this work with, some of you are asking, how does this work with initial membership? So Doug, on the upsell, you could upsell them to the next tier of your membership. Does that make sense? So hey, you signed up for the gold tier, the silver tier. By the way, one-time offer, if you want to go straight to the elite, right, you can get it for this price. So you can do anything as an OTO. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the product first, okay? Let me create the product. So we go to Samcart. We're going to create a product. Follow with me. Called upsell. Upsell. XYZ upsell test. All right. We're going to put $100. I could also put membership, as in gold tier membership. I can charge $100 a month. You see? So I can do it for whatever. But just to keep it simple, I'm just going to put £100. Okay. So are we all following here? Are we all following here? Can I tell me yes if we're following so far? So I'm going to create the product. Right? So we now have a product called this. Next thing we do, we're going to click on offers. Click on offers over here, because the next thing we need to do, we need to create an upsell. Okay? Because if you don't create an upsell, the funnel will not know where to take people next once they buy. So we're going to click on offers. Okay. And here we're going to click on new upsell. So click new upsell. Right. Call this XYZ upsell test. Okay. We created a product. It's called upsell. Sorry, XYZ upsell test for £100. So we click that. Okay. So we created a product. Now we're creating the upsell. So we click upsell. We create offers. We click upsell. Is that clear? Type in yes if that's clear. Type in yes if that's clear. Right. Maro says this is so powerful. I never see it presented in such a simple way. Don't forget, I spent 20 years simplifying the process. This is probably like iterations of hundreds of iterations I've done over the last 20 years of, because software like this wasn't available back then. But now as AI and tech comes out, it makes it easier for people to do this. This is why you can charge $10,000 to $15,000 to create one of these for people, right? One of these for people. So are we all cool with the upsell section? So we've created the upsell product. We've now created the upsell. Got it? Type in yes if you got that. Type in yes, got that. Doug says, I've been trying to figure out the upsell strategy for years. Thank you so much for this. By the way, how many think just with this one strategy, it's worth the entire investment that you made for this program? Typing yes, right? I'm telling you, if you guys love this, because a lot of you keep asking about me mentoring and coaching you, I won't talk about it now, but maybe a little bit later towards the end of the event, maybe after the food break. If any of you would love to have me mentor and coach you personally, I can do a little section on that. Would that be okay? Would that be okay? Tap in yes if you like that. All right. Crystal says, Kenny just says yes, and but I'll leave that to a little bit later, okay? But let me just get this part clear so you've got this. So now that we've got our upsell, what's the next thing we do? The next thing we do is what? Funnel. We have a funnel, because the funnel is, it needs to tell Samcart, once people have put their credit card details in, where do I send them next? Where do I send them next? Right? And this is very, very important, because it needs to know where to send people, hence a funnel, right? Funnel is, think of funnel as the next step. So we're going to come back to this and we're going to click on the button that says what? If you want to create a funnel, how do you do it? Click the funnels button. It's actually very self-explanatory when you get used to it. So we click funnel. Okay. We are then going to click a new funnel. So we click new funnel. All right. So what is this funnel name? The funnel name is XYZ upsell test. Okay. And we can call that funnel. So XYZ funnel test. Create funnel. Okay. So now we have an upsell. Now we have a funnel. Okay. So the funnel is called XYZ funnel. Now here's the cool thing about this, right? So it automates everything for you. It says you can do an upsell and you can do a downsell, but I don't want to complicate you. I mean, those of you, if you're interested in having me coach and mentor you, we do have a platinum program that I'll talk about a little bit later, where we talk about a lot of this stuff. I like level 4, level 5 stuff, right? But if I click upsell, I can add an upsell. So the upsell is called XYZ upsell test. So we just created that XYZ upsell test, didn't we? So we created it already, right? You can actually downsell to a membership if you want as well. Okay. So for example, let's say someone buys your product, you can do an upsell to your high ticket membership. Okay. You don't want to take the high one, downsell to the low ticket membership, and you can keep going. But I wouldn't recommend that. No more than 1 to 2 upsells maximum. The rule is 1 order bump, 1 upsell maximum. And if you really have to, 1 downsell, right? So what happens is I click, so this one will upsell people to this test. Okay, so I click save. All right, so now our upsell is done. So what we have to do now is we have to go back to our low ticket membership, right? So XYZ, our OTO, our low ticket item. So it's this one here, right? So this is our XYZ low ticket one-time offer. So if I click on this, we have an order bump on there, right? We have an order bump. We've got Apple Pay and Google Play. I now want to add the one-time upsell after someone has clicked this button. So here's how it works. All you need to do is go to offers, click offer, go to add a funnel. Okay, and it's going to say which funnel. XYZ funnel test, this one here. So there it is. I click save, right? And now I've got an order bump, and then I've got that funnel there as well. Okay. And then that's it. If I preview now, the moment someone fills their first name, last name, email address, telephone number, they click the button here that says basically add to order. They click on that. Then they click pay. And right before it goes to the thank you page, it says, hey, we got a one-time offer. If you want to upgrade to our thing, you get 50% off, right? They can say, would you like to add to order? Yes or no. If they click add to order, it charges their card even more. If they say no thanks, then it just does this. That, my friends, is level 3. Give me a ka-ching, 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 right? It's insane. I've tested a lot of softwares. Some of you mentioning Groove and ClickFunnels and, Keep and all these different softwares. The best one for this specific strategy is Samcart. By the way, last year, I didn't teach this strategy because by the way, the founder of Samcart is a friend of mine, right? And he's been asking me how to improve the software. He's like, John, as someone using it, as someone who's made millions of dollars through Samcart, like, what would you do to add things to this? So I'm sending him suggestions on how to make the software better, right? That company is almost unicorn status. So what's John Lee's strategy? I want to add so much value to this company, right? I'm a user of the company myself. I've got many accounts using this. And one day when I meet the founder face to face, I'd be like, hey, how would you like to give me some advisor equity? You see how this works? No one's going to give you equity unless you provide value. This is why I want all of you to at least attend the Social Media Business Bootcamp, because it's going to teach you how to build brand, teach you how to build community, teach you how to build followers, and teach you how to get your positioning right. Because a lot of you are not branded. A lot of you are invisible. And now that we have the whole machine set, you can now see how it's so powerful to be able to keep driving traffic towards that, right? And now that you know how to do this, how many of you can see yourself making money a lot easier? Typing yes, right? I'm an invisible coach. Yeah, so I'm going to, again, good news is now that we've got the niche out of the way, now that we've got how to create the front end marketing and the back end, now that we've talked about how we can put all the upsells, downsells, cross sells together, we're then going to talk about how to actually create the actual offer itself, right? So how can we create the actual offer? Because once we get the offer right, we're then going to start marketing that offer, right? So we're building everything step by step. How many of you are learning so far? Typing yes. Again, if you're loving this, post it on social media saying, my God, this event is amazing. You guys got to attend this. You guys got to follow John Lee. You got to see the work that he's doing, right? Because here's why. When you learn together, you can mastermind together. That's why I always say to people, you should buy a ticket for your husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, business partner, so they can come on the training with you and learn it with you. Because right now, you've now got to go back and tell them everything I've just taught you. And they probably won't listen to you. But if you bring them to me, I do that job for you because I have credibility in this area. They'll listen to me, right? By the way, some of you asked about Bali as well. My team played the trailer for our Bali retreat in Bali. We're having that in December. Actually, we run it every December. So if any of you would love to come to our retreat, I don't know if any of you been to Bali before. We actually have a Bali retreat. Some of you asked about that as well because we played the trailer. And just have a chat to my team and we can send you some details. In fact, if you go to johnlee.com/Bali, we've got the link there. So the team's put it in. If you're interested, you can just watch the trailer and do that as we go through this food break. All right. But yeah, we run a very small retreat in Bali where we spend 3 days together, where I mastermind with people. We do a lot of one-to-one time as well out there. have this nice food, have some nice sunsets. We spend some time on the beach, and yeah, we do a lot of. And reason why I do it every year is because my team go out and we mastermind for our business moving forward for the next year. So, but yeah, it's 8. Yeah, I mean the details on there. You go to johnlee.com/Bali, and you'll see details on that. Anyway, let's take a quick food break because I know a lot of you, and then I want to get to the next section where I'm talking about how do we design our offer and once our offer is set. And once the offer is right, it will start monetizing by itself. Most people that have things to sell doesn't sell because people because it's not positioned the right way. So I'm going to show you how we do this as well. Okay. So let's take a quick sort of what time are we on now? Okay, I'll set the timer. And we'll grab. And if you got any questions as well, make sure you park your questions because when we get back, I'll also take some questions as we get back. Again, I normally give an hour for a food break, but is it okay if I give you like 35 minutes, half an hour? Is that okay? Yeah? Cool. Okay, cool. So I'll leave the timer there. Okay, we'll be back in about 35 minutes. And make sure you're on time. You do not miss the next session. Also, those of you, if you want me to personally mentor and coach you as well, then yeah, make sure I have some specific criteria I'm looking for as well. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. So yeah, I'll see you back here in, well, when the timer goes down, 35 minutes. Bye for now. Okay, go and get some food.